And today we're going to do a one-shot called Great Scotterick. And joined today by Regis, Dawn, and Crimson. And today we're going to do a one-shot based around this gentleman named Scotterick Dalorian. And our party is going to be part of his entourage. Each person helps him in his day-to-day life. He's a rich aristocrat kind of fella, and they're each of the players are going to have their own particular jobs helping this guy. And we're going to start off with a little introduction for each character. We'll start off with let's see, Alan. Regis, can you tell us a little bit about Alan Rue?
All right. Well, Alan is a hermit, and this is the environment he grew up in. Prior to arriving where we'll be starting, he undertook the teachings of a druid, and since arriving, he kind of was down on his luck in the terms of finding a job of some kind. And after a particularly bad incident, moved over to some good fortune and was hired by Scotterick here. And, well, from there on, he's just been hired as a courier and a guide, which has worked out well for him.
Okay. Yeah, so you are Scotterick's personal courier. You know the roads. You know you've been in seclusion, lived in the wild. You are fully capable of delivering the many menial and meaningful messages that he needs, and also items as well. Both within the city of Ickesburg, which is where you guys are located, and elsewhere. So this is giving you a lot of time to explore the vast libraries and universities of Ickesburg, satiating your own desire to learn. So good. So that is your job. You are Scotterick's personal courier. Okay, let's move on to Pallid. Crimson. Tell us a little bit about Pallid.
So, Pallid is a paladin of the Church of Corora. Um, Mr. Dalorian is a generous tither and giver to the church, being a wealthy man trying to, improve favor in the area. So the church has kind of like taken notice to this, and they've sent Pallid along to help guide his hand to do good deeds. They think that there's redemption for this man and that he could do great things. So he's going on this like quest, and they have told Pallid that his place is to join this man and make sure that nothing becomes of his, like nothing bad becomes of his family's name, as well as he goes forth and does good things.
Okay. So so you are the liaison between Scotterick and the church, and you are also his, as Don pointed out earlier, his Jiminy Cricket, and you've found yourself not only watching after Scotterick, but also you found a little bit of a side mission as well. Dawn, would you like to introduce us to Nolan and maybe shine some light on what I'm talking about?
Well, Nolan is a literal son of a whore. Um, he was born in a brothel. His mother, who was in fact a working lady. Growing up in a brothel, he learned how to talk to people, how to get people to do what he needed them to do. So, at a very young age, he started pulling cons on people on the streets to get money, things like that. He ran across Mr. Dalorian here, noticed his uh, affluence, I should say, and decided that he'd make a good mark. Uh, so he got cozy up to Mr. Dalorian, and they became friends after a while. Um, Years down the road, his mother got sick, uh, and she eventually passed away. But while she was sick, he tried to find her some medicine, and some very bad things happened to him, which led to other things occurring that were unforeseen. Let's just leave it at that. And what Kyle so vaguely alluded to was the fact that Nolan still has a little bit of that con man in him. He's not trying to con Mr. DeLorean anymore, but he's not the most honest individual.
Heaven forbid we have characters with morality problems. So,
Heaven forbid.
yes. Oddity.
Nolan sounds like a gold digger.
I think strapping young man in disguise, but whatever. You just never know about these things. Okay. So yes, Nolan, is, becoming quite chummy with Scotterick over the years, and he's come to trust in you. He's come to trust the operations of his brothels in your care. You know the lay of the land. You know how to deal with the people, and you've also grown accustomed to dealing with Scotterick. And maybe, Pallid, maybe you've noticed this, that Nolan seems to be not the devil on the shoulder per se, but a little steering Scotterick in not quite the direction that you and the church would like him to start veering towards. So maybe
He's
Nolan
always trying to lead him down the easy path instead of the hard right one.
maybe
Exactly.
yeah. So maybe Nolan might need a little a little guidance as well, or maybe you think Nolan
Everybody needs a little bit of guidance. So since I'm the liaison, I'm assuming that I know Nolan very well then, right?
Yes, because Nolan is the closest to Scotterick
Okay.
of anyone that you know of.
Okay, and then Alan is just recently hired on, or has been with us before also.
You know Alan in passing, but Alan is it's pretty much strictly a business arrangement with him and Scotterick. He comes, Scotterick beckons for him. He comes, he grabs whatever he has to deliver, and he leaves. He's supposedly very reliable courier, and now there are talks as of yesterday. You have heard Scotterick saying that this gentleman, this Alan, is going to help lead him to a great discovery. And that's
The great discovery. Okay.
yes. So now he is Scotterick is prone to bouts of fanciful imagining, and he's always claiming that he's going to do this and do that, this great invention, this great great discovery, this great thing. He's going to do great things. He really doesn't.
Great expeditions.
Yeah, he really doesn't do anything great, except for throw his money at things to do things that he considers great. So, Alan, howdy.
Hello.
Let's get to know each other a little better here in the current circumstance. So last night, as I explained earlier, you were dressed up to the nines. Scotterick had his personal tailor come over to your house and dress you up and make you all look all purty. And you accompanied Scotterick to this banquet. And the banquet was in honor of the recently appointed governess, Ayala Silvermoon. She was mayor of the town of Silvermoon, and she had recently been promoted to governess, governing more property. The town of Silvermoon was in her family's care, was created, established by her a few centuries ago by her great-grandfather, and she's an elven woman, very beautiful. And this banquet was in her honor. Scotterick, you noticed, was a little out of place and a little pissed off because he never gets these banquets for him. God, and he doesn't understand why, because he's so great. And during a conversation, a little circle of rich folks standing around, everybody holding scotch and holding fine drinks, and you're just standing there, kind of the outsider. And Scotterick's got you there like his arm candy, and he's anxious. He just seems anxious about something. He wants to let something out. So everyone in the circle is talking to Ayala, and Ayala is going over a tale of how her town, Silvermoon, was under attack by this strange thing. You know, someone was taking people, abducting them, and doing strange experiments on them, whatever. And her brother, who was a guildmaster, he had guildsmen come and a party of guildsmen come and get rid of the problem. But there was still these little creatures called Zvorts roaming the area around her town. So she personally went out and helped her forces just kill the rest of these Zvorts. And she's going on about this because this was exciting to her. Wow, I got to go out and I got to slay a few of these little bastards and bring peace to my town. And that's before I became a governess. And she's not quite bragging, but she's excited to tell her tale of something exciting she's done. Well, immediately after that, a somewhat sour Scotterick bumps in and says, "Oh, that you've rarely done anything exciting. That is really nothing. There's really nothing to boast about. It's just a minor thing. Of course you're happy about it. I understand. It's simple." And she gets disgusted and taunts Scotterick into says, "What have you ever done? You've never done anything of worth yourself. Who are you to cast stones?" And Scotterick points to you, Alan. He says, "Well, I have this gentleman over here who is going to be my guide. I am going to discover this great ruins. There's this great ruins on this island and out in the ocean, and this ruins is going to have it's there in the ruins. There's this contraption, and it captures the sunlight. They called it what is it, Alan? Panel. Oh, I think the P is silent. Anal. It's this anal that captures the sunlight and transforms it into energy. And we can use the energy to, I don't know, run machinery or light our lights or something. I don't know. It's very complex, but it is going to be a great discovery that I, personally, am going to endure. And you all will be laughing now, but you won't be laughing then." And they all laugh at him, and he says, "Come, Alan," and you guys leave the banquet. And he's quite frazzled yesterday evening at the way they treated him. And Alan, you talk to him for a little bit, but he seems kind of distant, and he kind of ushers you away to go do a heavy bout of drinking, which he's accustomed to. And he says he wants to have a meeting, Alan, with you and the couple other people that he's bringing. He didn't mention any names to you. The following day, today. And you are to meet around noon. There was a great clock tower, the only clock tower in Endara, the continent of Endara, which is where you guys are at. There was a great clock tower in the city of Ickesburg. And it says, "By the 12 of the clock tower, be here, and we will have a meeting, and we will plan our journey." So it's 12 o'clock. Alan, you are now coming into the great boardroom of the great Scotterick Dalorian. And in there sits two other gentlemen already. Mr. Dolan, who you know, have met personally a few times, who is the church liaison to Scotterick, and I'm sorry, not, Mr. Pallid, who is a personal liaison to the church for Mr. Scotterick, and another fellow who you never really spoke to. Never met him yet. So, gentlemen, Nolan, Pallid, Alan, you're all gathered here in the meeting room, and Scotterick has not shown up yet.
The moment that Alan walks into the room, Scotterick would have stood, because he was expecting this to be over with by now. And you're like, oh no, it's just you, sir. Have you seen Scotterick around? We've been sitting here gathered for him. I've been standing here for 15 minutes so far.
Well, he'll show when he will show.
Leave it to Scotterick to plan a like adventure and then show up late.
Well, it just gives us more time to sit in these chairs.
My character looks over to Nolan. I imagine that you know where he's at, or at least where that he was at last night.
Oh, I would imagine that he was probably out getting a little schnockered after last night. When things aren't all about him, he gets a little dramatic.
I heard that his ego was hurt yesterday, so I imagine that he went and got really schnockered, as you said.
Well, schnockered and a little shit-faced, so, I mean.
Anyway,
yeah, as far as where he is, I have no idea. I wasn't the one that went with him last night.
Pallid takes a seat.
That is the druid.
Pallid takes a seat and starts just arrogantly picking at his fingernails.
Alan walks towards the rest and calmly takes a seat, content to wait.
Okay. As you take a seat, a few minutes later, 2 or 3 minutes later, Scotterick comes in the big double doors with a big smile on his face, and he's got a big sideburns into mustache thing going on. He's in his late 50s, and he's dressed in very fancy clothing. And he comes in, he says, "Ah, gentlemen, good to see you. Are you all ready for an adventure?"
Pallid takes, stands back on his feet. Scotterick, where have you been? We've been standing here for 15 minutes. What is this great adventure that you so waste time for?
Yes, well, sorry about the wait. I'm very, very busy. Yes, the great adventure you all see. Alan, tell them about the anal that we're going to get in the Lost Ruins. Yes, tell them.
The anal can be all yours, sir.
But
anyway, we're
The
looking.
anal?
Yes, the PANEL, anal. The P is silent, like psychotic, or other words with P that is silent. Is that right, Alan?
Indeed.
I don't believe so.
Alan says with a very indiscernible smirk.
Yes.
Pallid kind of mumbles to himself. I can't believe I'm going to go look out for the anal.
Yes. Oh, don't worry.
I'm not getting any kind of anal on this island. Just put that out there.
Oh, it's not.
Anyway, whatever this thing is, where and why are we gathered here at the clock tower?
Oh, you guys aren't at the clock tower. He was just referencing the clock tower when he was talking to Alan about making sure he's there on time.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. You're in his building. You're in Alan's. You're in Scotterick's building, his office. So he pulls over a bottle of scotch and sits it on the table. Anyone partaking?
Pallid does drink.
Okay. Couple glasses. He pulls over a couple glasses. Pours you one. Either of the other. Alan? Nolan? I know you're not shy.
Not today. Thank you. I had plenty to drink last night.
Very good.
I'm a little hungover.
You smell like it.
Thank you.
It's going to be a grand adventure with you two. Okay.
I call it Ode to Drunk.
Yes. I've heard that said many times. Very good. Yes.
Khaled only like sips on his alcohol.
It's the he still admires you for drinking and not being a complete shrew.
Well, I kind of imagine that like being around him, he has to give up on like some things and just like blend in. So he tries not to be overbearingly shrewd, but I mean it's pretty obvious that he is, you know.
Yeah, I mean he does admire you because of all the church people that he's dealt with. You seem to be the most down to earth. So yeah, that's why he accepts having you around so much.
Okay.
Okay. Well, fellas, let's get underway. So here's what we're doing. And as Alan said, yes, we are going to a far-off island that has no name. I don't even see it on a map, any map that I know of. But Alan has found this place, this island, and in the center of the island there are supposedly ruins. And atop these ruins there is this device that captures sunlight and a solar anal thing, and it converts it into energy. Can you picture in your mind functioning energy things like clockwork devices without the clockwork? Stunning. Simply stunning.
Yes.
What do you think? I mean, this could revolutionize the world.
I think maybe you had a little too much drink last night. Still drunk.
I never stopped drinking.
Alan, I did not know that you was a sailor. I did not know that you could navigate at seas.
Who said I needed a boat?
Are we not going to an island?
Who said I personally needed a boat?
Well, I don't plan to swim.
I don't expect you to.
So you're going to guide us by boat?
Those particulars will be taken care of by Sir here.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get us to a ship at a harbor where we can make way.
Well,
Yes.
I imagine
Getting
this is
there.
going to be us being lost at sea for some time. I should probably pack some extra belongings.
Oh no! Have some faith. You are a man of faith. Have some faith, Palad. I hired us a captain and a boat. I wouldn't do this myself. Good Lord, no. Oh my. But I do need you, gentlemen, you capable young gentlemen, to go about Ickesburg and gather supplies for our adventure. I'm sure, you all would know, pains me to admit, but would know maybe better than me on what things we're going to need. Because we have to
go find an anal.
Yes, anal on an island. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I know what supplies are needed to find anals.
Well, I mean, we're going on an expedition, sir, and it's going to be an island with forests, I'm guessing, and tropical-like? I don't know. But we need to know what we need to carry to survive, and I'm leaving that up to you three. So, before I go to my afternoon meeting with the young lady from Nolan's office building, I will give you guys this money here. And he hands you puts a bag down on the table full of coins. That sounds like full coins. I need you three to go about and get everything we need that we bringing with us. So I leave you guys to it. And he looks at his sundial watch, and he's like, about.
If only this was anal powered.
See, yes. Yes.
No one picks up the bag of coins and shakes it a little bit and says, "Scotterick, you're being cheap, and it gets us killed. I'm going to be very cross with you."
What? Yeah, never. You know me. I only do the finest. Never cheap. Ha! You wait. You'll see.
Okay. Because, a couple of my other co-workers, as he side-eyes Scotterick, couple of my other co-workers, they have a different opinion. But, okay, I'll take your word for it.
Well, Mr. Nolan, you know money. You know I trust you with a very large portion of my income. You know how to handle your money, and I'm sure that you can find the best deals to get what we need.
I suppose.
Mr. Dalorian, I know, for one, that you are not cheap, and I know that you are very generous with your wealth. But perhaps before you leave on a journey, instead of seeing Nolan's concubines, you could stop by the temple and do some good.
Sir, concubines is derogatory. They prefer working.
Women.
They prefer women. They prefer anything other than something that makes them sound like whores. They don't like to be called whores.
Do any women?
I mean, there's that one. Anyway, I digress.
Well, I'm going to see a secretary, sir, about a very important matter. Paladin, I understand your concern. I understand.
I like that. Let's call them secretaries. They're secretaries from now on, guys. Secretaries.
Yes, they help organize my stuff. So, I understand your concern, but your misconception is totally normal. Really, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks for looking out, brother. And yes, other than my extremely large Tarask hunting rifle, I will leave the other preparations to you three until I return. I would say 4 of the evening. 4 hours should be good for you gentlemen to get everything done, correct?
I see no issue.
Are you sure it's gonna take you 4 hours though?
Son, 7 minutes with getting my documents sorted, and I'll be done. But you know,
right, then.
I mean, it might be tax season. I don't know. I have to check. We'll see. So I'll leave you to it, and I'll meet you back here 4 hours. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Later.
And he leaves.
So, do either of you gentlemen have any clue as to adventuring?
As to adventuring, or like I know nothing of traveling at sea, especially to unknown islands with temples full of anals. I look over at
I
Alan.
wasn't asking if you knew about anal. No, adventuring. I have not left Ickesburg in my entire life, so I don't really know much about it. And I was hoping that maybe one of you two could kind of guide me in the right direction as far as what we should purchase in order to survive.
Nolan, I've told you I will guide you anytime. You just have to come to the church more often.
Religion, survival.
Nolan?
He holds up his hands and kind of does this weighing motion. We'll
Todd
talk.
looks over to Alan. Sir, is there anything you know that we need to get us to this unknown island at sea?
Well, depending on how we're going to travel, we're going to need horses. We're going to need a wagon. We're going to need bedrolls, mess kits, rations, water skins.
Come to think of it, Mr. Allen, you've been to this island before, haven't you? You said that you were the one that found it. What does it look like?
I haven't
What kind of
found
climate?
it. I have read of it.
Ah. Well, in your
Hey,
readings,
I'm
what
busy.
kind of climate?
Well, it's south of here, so it might be cold, it might be dry, but it's in a forest.
So, like a temperate.
Yes.
I keep trying to look at this like map, trying to find this island, but I keep remembering it's not actually on here.
It's
Pal
south-
keeps looking at some like map that he keeps pulling out. I just don't know. I just don't know if there's going to be an island there.
Alan stands up and walks over to Pallid, and then points at a location southeast of Ickesburg.
Okay.
Once we exit the Pride Jaw Bay, or wherever he decides he's hired this captain, we'll head there.
So does Ickesburg have its own port, or is that a part of Windhelm over there?
The port is a separate town. You can see where a little picture of a dock. There is a Pride Jaw Wharf. Yeah, that's what it's called. Pride Jaw Wharf is the name of the small, well, not necessarily, but town right there that you guys will be leaving from.
Okay.
Absolutely microscopic.
Yes, but it's there. Just a picture of a dock.
So I imagine whoever Scotterick bought will have all the rations that we could possibly need at sea, plus whatever Nolan and him can drink. But do we need wagons? Is this anal that we're searching for that large?
The wagons are to get things to the boat that we'll need.
I think
haven't been already put on the boat.
I think that he only wants us to worry about the supplies that we will have on the trip. I imagine that he has many retainers to get all the stuff there.
Yes, but the comforts that someone of Scotterick's stature might have different requirements than, say, I or you when we're traveling.
Yeah, we're not bringing 10 carnival tents along with us, are we?
I don't see a reason for 10 tents.
We're not bringing all of Nolan's secretaries, are we?
I would hope not.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine. Well,
That'd
we
be
might
bad
find
for
some
business.
anals. I imagine we would find some anals in.
Maybe. I mean, alright, couple. That'd be bad for business anyway, so they've got to stay behind.
Well, gentlemen, we know not where we go, but we should know what we need. I don't think we need to get all the stuff for Scotterick. Just whatever supplies, right?
Horses
Like
may be
rope,
included, though.
backpacks, stuff like that.
Okay, so let's establish money. So you guys open the bag that Scotterick gave you, and it has...
I dump it on the table.
Okay, you dump it on the table, and it has... Ooh, there you go. 433 gold pieces.
Not a cheap man.
You guys personally... Let's see, according to your jobs... Alan, you have 93 gold pieces in your inventory. Pallid, you're a humble man, church-going man. You have 110 gold pieces. Humble, but yet you still hold a good position. So between your tithing and just do-gooding with your money, that's what you normally keep on stack. Let's see here. Nolan, you have 210 gold pieces because you're in charge of brothels and slick man.
And a little bit of a shyster.
Yeah. So that is funding right there. As far as that's your personal amounts, and then 433 gold was dumped out onto the table.
Oh, I left. 1 second, I'll be right back. Sorry.
It's okay. So would you guys like to... Where would you like to go? What would you like to do? I mean, you are completely in charge of
We're
prep.
gonna go pick up the provisions we've discussed.
So, horses for after we disembark. I don't think that we need wagons. That just sounds... I mean, I just don't imagine the boat that he's going to get is going to have room to all for wagons.
I was thinking if it's dense forest, we're not gonna have room for horses either.
Yeah. I mean, I think that even would be a stretch. I mean, how big is this island? Because I mean, like it's probably not going to have a dock or like a wharf, so we'll have to take a small boat out to it. So we'll only be what we can carry with us. So maybe a week's rations for everybody, bedding, sleeping bags, fire making stuff, minor pots and pans for stuff. Can anybody use a boat?
A what?
That's up to the captain.
A
Can
boat?
a
Yeah,
boat?
Captain.
Oh, like can anybody hunt?
Uh,
I have my own
I'm
way.
able to do that.
Have you ever been hunting before, Alan?
I've lived in the woods for years.
Oh, sorry, I meant Nolan.
No, but I'm a fairly decent shot.
Okay, well, maybe we should still pack 2 weeks of rations for everybody.
Sounds like a wise idea.
2 weeks, dry rations, sleeping gear. Do 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 you need me marking this off on the gold?
So you just basically so you're going to the biggest general supply store right now. Is that what you're saying? Like for your adventuring supplies?
Yeah, let's just all three go down to the local general supply store and we'll just buy what that we need. And we're assuming that Scotterick's taken care of, or will we be buying gear for him also?
Oh, you're supposed to take care of everything. This is every other than he said other than his rifle. This is everything that's going on the trip.
Okay.
So we need we need a week of 2 weeks of rations. You said 2 weeks of
Yes.
rations for 4 people at the very least, unless we're feeding the crew of the ship as well. That's gonna be remaining on the ship.
Okay. So you go into the general supply store and you go to the guy. The guy's name is Rich, and Rich is like, hey,
That's rich.
hey guys, yeah, hey guys, can I do for you today?
We need supplies, Rich. A lot of them.
Sure, that's what I'm here for.
We're supplying an expedition.
Oh wow, okay.
Another one of Mr. Dalorian's fanciful ideas.
Dalorian, great customer. Always keeps coming back because he never finds.
I'm sure he keeps you in business. Yeah.
Yes. I'd be a friend with him if I didn't know him. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. What can I do for you today? What expedition are we funding today?
Well, we're going on a little boat trip. Island. I'm of course understating egregious. To look for something that he's referring to as an anal. And I'm not sure how long we're gonna be gone. I don't comment. Don't comment. I know. Not sure how long we're gonna be gone. We're gonna need bedrolls. At least 4 of them. I don't know if we're supposed to be supplying the entire crew of the ship as well.
Backpacks.
Backpacks, rations, rope, lots of damn rope.
We need 3 additional backpacks, 30 days of rations, 3 water skins.
Okay. You guys all have your backpacks, by the way. I mean, it was in your starting equipment. You guys have all that stuff at your house that you would normally start with.
Okay, so we just need the stuff that.
He's paying for all new stuff, so I'm gonna get all new stuff.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Okay.
Fair enough.
No one's a little greedy.
And are we supposed? I asked Alan because he seemed to have catched more of what the Scotterick said. Do you think that we're supposed to book the boat with this?
He did.
Do you think?
Scotterick did say he had a boat. He already arranged to have a boat and a captain.
Okay.
Yes. He did.
So yeah,
we need to take care of our own things, as well as Scotterick.
Okay, sounds like you're gonna need a lot of rations, guys.
Yeah.
Start with that.
2 weeks of rations. 2 weeks worth of rations for 4 people.
Okay, so
I'm not gonna worry about the boat. They can handle themselves. They can fish or whatever.
okay, wow. So 2 weeks of rations, 4 people. Look, I'll even give you a break. Hold on. So 4 people. I'll even give you under market price because he's such a good customer, and you guys are probably getting suckered into something ridiculous. But
Always.
so 4 weeks.
But he's a good guy nonetheless.
And he does good things for the land, even if
Sometimes.
he fails short of the mark. After all, sin is just missing your mark.
Yeah, I bet it is. Yikes.
Oh, no. He hits his mark. Ask the secretaries.
Oh! Ba-dum-bum. Okay, so
I didn't say it was skillful. I just said he hit it.
Okay, well, if I'll give it to you 4 silver a day for rations per person, which is under market value, but you're gonna need it. So 4 silver a day, 4 people. 2 weeks. You're looking at 224 gold. Wait, no, I'm sorry, silver.
Yeah, I was gonna say, holy shit.
Yeah, my bad. Divided by 10. So 22, we'll say 23 gold for the whole lot. For your rations. Where are we going next? I got lots of rope. You guys need some rope?
We're gonna need rope. We're going to need bow and arrow.
One thing at a time. Only one person.
Rope.
Okay, let me
Rope.
He's got 2 big spools over there. So you want the cheap shit or the expensive shit?
Well, what's the weight limit on the cheap shit?
10 pounds per 50 feet.
What about the expensive shit?
5 pounds per 50 feet. 10 times the cost. It's silk. Ah.
No. You misunderstood. I was asking, like, how much the ropes can hold.
Oh, a lot.
Okay. Well, shit. You guys make that decision. I don't care. I'm just not wanting to be,
Silk, definitely.
trying to climb a fucking mountain.
Very nice. Very nice rope. Okay. How much of this do you need? He goes over to the spool.
200 feet, good?
Sounds alright.
Okay. That's 40 gold pieces.
40 gold?
Yep.
Alright.
Let's pick up Scotterick an extra backpack and sleeping gear. Whatever is your nicest sleeping bag. I'm sure that he doesn't have anything.
So yeah, 2 backpacks and sleeping gear.
Oh, you don't have anything either, Nolan. Oh, jeez.
You would likely want
Not that you're
a
aware of.
blanket and a tent that can be pitched.
I'm sure Scotterick's pitching a tent already, alright?
Can we stop with the jokes, gentlemen? Scotterick's done by now. We all know this.
Probably
You
true.
did say 7 minutes.
Okay, so 433 minus your 24 for rations.
23.
Minus
40 for rope.
Yep, 370 left. I'm keeping track.
No one's got it.
Okay, yes, that's true. You are the money man. Okay.
I'm just going to type some things in Discord that maybe we might need, and then Nolan, you can pitch him whenever he's ready.
Alright, whatever.
Okay, so rope's all done. He winds it all up. That's quite a bit of rope, and hand you this really whatchamacallit, this 20-pound length of rope.
I hand it to the paladin. Here you go, sir. You hold this.
He sticks it in like a bag, or its own bag, I'm assuming.
You're probably it's not that bag. It's a pretty big roll. It's 200 feet of rope.
Mm.
You can hang it over your shoulder, wear it.
He's just gonna pile it up right there.
Okay.
I'm sure there's gonna be more things to come.
Oh yeah.
Do you have climbing gear?
I'm sure I could find some here. Let me see here. Climber's kit. Yes. Oh man, this is a good one. I haven't sold one of these in a while. Sure. Yeah. Got a climber's kit right here.
How much?
25 gold pieces.
I'll take it.
What all does that kit consist of, sir? Everything one would need for climbing?
Everything, yes. That's hooks, punches, boots, you name it.
Pins.
For how many people?
Well, it all
should only
depends.
We should only need one. It's not like that the rope would, vanish.
Yeah, it all
Yeah.
depends. I mean, I would have your first person put on the gear, set up the everything for the rest of you to climb up. Everything's here.
Anybody think of anything else?
Like I said, sleeping bags and backpacks for me and Mr. Scotterick.
Okay, so bedrolls, 1 gold piece a piece, and backpacks, 2 gold pieces a piece. So 2 for the bedrolls and 4 for the backpacks.
Water skins. Steel.
Water skins, 2 silver a piece, and they come filled.
Nolan, you may also need some bags to insulate food and gear so our backpacks gets contaminated.
Do you have anything like that? Anything that would insulate food from the outside, from spoilage?
Possibly even extra waterproof bags since we'll be traveling at sea.
Yes.
That's a good point too.
I mean, you could use water skins for the same purpose. Just convert them.
Can you fit stuff inside a water skin?
I have regular sacks here, but insulation I don't quite. I have barrels. If you if you're planning on putting a lot of food, trying to preserve it, I have barrels that you could use. Do you want mess kits? Do you want a mess kit so you have utensils to eat?
Yes.
Sure, let's do that.
Okay. That's going to be 2 silver a piece if you're doing 4, so 8 silver.
It may be a good idea to get an additional one just in case.
Oh, okay. So just a gold even for all the mess kits.
Yep.
I mean, I have jugs if you're putting liquids.
Do you guys want to pick up any type of food other than rations, like other non-perishable stuff, like I don't know, beer?
Do you want beer, sir?
I mean, we are going to be away from civilization. I can let my hair down a little bit more.
Do you know where we could get any magical vials that could purify water?
I think I can take care of that for us, gentlemen.
Okay.
Oh, there you have it.
We need a couple tents or a very large tent, one of the two.
Okay. Tents. Let's see what I have here.
What do you gentlemen think? Large tent or a couple tents?
Whichever ones would be easier to travel with. Scotterick's not going to carry his own, so
That's
maybe
true too.
so maybe one large.
Okay. I have the small 2-man tents, 20 pounds, and they are 2 gold pieces. And the larger tents are 4 gold pieces and 40 pounds to carry. Comes
What
with
say you guys?
everything.
I say we don't need a tent. It's a lot of weight.
Just a tarp. Something to that effect will do.
Very wise.
Just a tarp. I don't even know that that'd be under.
Sorry, a blanket.
Big fucking blanket. Okay. Yeah, we'll say 6 pound, 10 silver blanket. Cost. So yeah, it's basically your cost. Just a big effing blanket.
Okay. A
Okay.
big effing blanket.
Yes. Anything else, gentlemen?
He looks at the druid. About how long do you think it's gonna take the ship to get there?
That depends on the weather and how our sails are filled.
Okay, say it's an average trip. Nothing out of the ordinary happens. Good weather. About how long do you think it's gonna take?
Alan, you know that average trip in that distance. You're not a navigator, but you know it's. You would say between. Actually, no. We'll have you do a check and we'll see how accurate you are.
Okay.
Go with a nature check.
Nature check. 1 second.
Since you don't have navigator's tools or anything handy like that. Okay, 12. You know it's somewhere between 2 and 8 days.
2 and 8 days.
All right.
I would hazard on saying 7 days.
I would
Okay.
say 2 weeks then. Just double whatever the average time is, because it's probably something's
Okay.
going to happen.
You said you have barrels. I'm assuming you also have salt.
Yes, I have salt. Of course.
Is there a butcher anywhere around here?
Padlin,
Yeah, there's a couple butchers in the city.
have you been anywhere else other in Ickesburg?
Yeah, I've been all over Ickesburg, sir.
How long do you reckon it would take to get to the wharf?
Uh, just a day or two, I would imagine, unless I am thinking different for some reason.
Okay, then I look over at the shopkeeper. Actually, I reconsider and I look at Nolan. Do you know if we can buy any things that we would need at the wharf in the town nearby?
I would
Could I-
imagine.
We should probably save money then.
Could I make a roll for that to see if there's like a general shop there that I know of to buy I'm assuming food and water. That's what you guys are hinting at.
I was just thinking we could get a barrel. Get some salted meats.
Okay.
Because I don't
Yeah.
know about you guys, but I had some meat in my day, guys.
Hmm.
Steaks,
You guys do.
Could I-
things we eat, so it's okay.
Could I make a survival roll to see if, or maybe a perception roll to see if I had seen anything in like that area?
Doing it just as a straight intelligence check. So
Okay.
just go into your sheet and click on your intelligence, the word intelligence, on the left hand side.
Yeah.
I wouldn't quite do history because it's really no.
Okay.
But yeah, you've been there before in passing. It's a rather small wharf, rather small town, but there's definitely a few places that have food there. So yeah, there's probably something there.
I imagine though that it has a kind of a markup being, the convenience right there at the wharf though. So I bring that up to everybody's attention that it's a smaller town that we can definitely get the stuff that we would need there, but it probably would have a markup, seeing as it's a smaller area.
Can we get a barrel?
Yes, most
Okay,
definitely.
then.
Sure. Yeah.
We will need a barrel.
Okay.
I mean, one of you guys are gonna have to carry it, because
No, there's a different way to use a barrel where we're going.
We're not floating in it, are we?
No, it'd be far too small for 4 of us.
Now that would be a sight.
Unless you wish to supersize, as I've heard.
I don't think you're gonna get much stretching out of this barrel, but they're right over there, and they're big. You see big, hefty wooden barrels stacked over in the corner. 2 gold pieces a piece. They're 70 pounds.
I do say that we should probably
Get the barrel
maybe.
there.
Well, I just think that the idea of getting a cart here also might be not so bad.
Cart and mule.
Just borrow one if it's possible for us to drop it off at the other town. If this gentleman here has anything set up like that, or if there's any like the Staples here has anything like that where you can just get something to take you over there to the wharf and then just leave the animal there.
Okay. Pallid and Nolan, you both know that he has his own wagon and 2 horses to pull.
Okay.
So you won't need to buy those things.
Awesome. I bring that up. Oh yes, forgot that he just got that new wagon.
Top of the line, spared no expense.
So if we're saving some money, can you guys think of anything else we're gonna need?
Pal, you mentioned you could take care of the potions for purifying water.
My lord will purify all of the water for us. Do no worry.
All right.
What about medical supplies?
That would be
I'm sorry. You were asking me, or you asking one of your
I'm asking the
companions?
gents.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have some medical supplies here. Only a couple though.
We can probably pick up those from the temple, correct?
Well, I mean, you would probably know better than me, sir.
Yes. If you guys can give me 20 gold pieces, I can probably pick up any medical supplies that we would need. Enough to cure whatever itch that you gentlemen are going to come up with.
Please, please. I run the secretaries. I don't use.
You don't shit where you eat.
Exactly.
So Kyle, would I mean 20 gold pieces would be more than enough just to pick up some like healing kits from like the temple before that we get back or something.
Well, remember, your background has the acolyte function, so you are welcomed and accommodated in any of yours.
But it says that we have to give the material components, for like healing spells and stuff. So I imagine like even bandages and stuff would cost me something.
For healing spells, no, unless it's a gold amounted thing like we discussed last night. I mean, even in this one shot, I'm not going to care about that. Healer's kits. If you want a healer's kit from your things, they will equal a healer's kit, we'll say, from your religion. Just stop by your temple. You do have a temple in here, temple to Kariah, and they will have some of those. They'll have some of those available. You don't know how many, but they'll have some available.
Okay.
And they're actually cheaper for you than buying off the shelf.
No one will give him the 20 gold anyway, and tell him if he doesn't need it, just I guess give it to his church.
Is that a donation, Nolan?
Not from me.
I'm gonna tell. I think that your soul can be saved, my friend.
You have to have one for that to happen, sir.
By the end of this, we will find your soul, my friend. Pallet just looks like he's beaming all of a sudden.
Because I've been looking for that thing. Lost it in the move and just don't know what happened to it.
Waiting at Scarlet's golden sun, anal.
Okay.
Yeah, well.
Alright, well, gentlemen, is there anything else you guys can think of? I mean, we have pretty much everything we have pretty much everything that we need. We could get this stuff back, get it loaded into the wagons. Or could this gentleman, the shop owner, could he have it delivered at his house since that we're such great customers?
That is a fantastic question. I'm gonna have to pay someone to do it. It's not a usual thing I handle.
I was gonna see if he could have it delivered to the wharf.
Oof.
He's got horses in a carriage, he said, right, or a wagon.
We do. That's why I was saying that maybe we could just have it delivered to Scala's house, and then we'll just take it down there with us. And besides, then while that we're traveling, we can eat all of the extra meat or water or whatever.
Okay.
Are you gonna kill the horses? Because we didn't buy extra meat or water yet.
Oh well, then let's look at- I mean,
We're gonna
we
buy
like
the
have
meat for the
rations.
dwarf.
We
Yeah.
like have rations, and you know the tin. It's like a 2 days journey still.
We're gonna buy the meat and all that at the wharf, so.
Okay.
Hey, I don't recommend horse.
I don't either.
Not very good.
I don't recommend whores either. They're not as classy as the secretaries I run.
So if we throw this guy a couple gold pieces, can he have it delivered at Scott's place so that we don't have to bring it back? I don't really want to carry this 200 feet of rope.
Yeah, 5 gold pieces will cover it. I hire an errand boy to take care of that.
I look to Nolan just to make sure it's okay, since he's the money man.
I kind of nod. I said, okay, now that we're ready to settle the bill, I don't know. This seems a bit pricey for what we're getting. I think maybe I don't know. I'm thinking instead of 123, maybe 115.
I mean, I didn't already cut your deal.
You guys are dealing in rations, sir.
Yes.
That wasn't that big a chunk of.
Go ahead and roll.
Of,
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. Silver tongue devil, yeah.
Fine, persuasion.
Oh, damn. All right. Yeah, you drive a hard bargain, but you all return customers, and you guys are a lot easier to deal with than a lot of my regulars. So, 115 it is.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You guys do take care. Scotterick's not the most competent of adventurer from what I hear.
I hear the same thing. So I mean, your words are heeded, sir.
Yes, good luck, guys. And you guys leave the store, the supply store.
So we have 318 gold left, or whatever else we're gonna be needing. Yeah.
We still have lots of time. I have more than enough time just to swing by the temple and pick up the kits there.
Nolan, I think it would
Yes,
be prudent to divide the gold into separate bags in case something should happen to one of the bags.
That may be prudent. Sure. Let's do that.
So we don't lose all the money.
You all look like very trustworthy folks. So yeah.
Me? Trustworthy?
All
No.
of you. We'll divide them up into 3 bags of 160 apiece.
$306 bags, or gold piece. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you divide the gold up, divide and conquer, and you guys swing by the temple. You're now, by the time you get to the temple, you're probably close to 50 minutes into your journey, just walking distance wise. Okay, so you enter the temple, Pallid.
Oh, he's waving and bowing and, you know, greeting everybody, brother this and sisters that. Oh, I'm glad that you made it here. And if there are any
No one will wait
orphans,
outside.
if there's any orphans in there, then it's just going to take him forever to get through the main hallway. But eventually he finds his way to the back storeroom where that he talks to the supply guy.
Okay. You this temple's set up a little different than most. You get your traditional walk into a big open room with, you got your pews and you got all that stuff. But as you go out of the main congregation area, there is, between that and the rest of the building, you go through a glade, and in this glade there's some speaking circles and some podiums made out of very strange shaped wood, as though they grew naturally, but they seem to each serve a purpose. And you go through the glade, and there's quite a few clergy folk conversing amongst there. It is it is a place of peace and reverence within your religion, and beyond that would be the how do I put it, supply / business end of the religion. So
Okay.
you go in there and you speak with the supply guy, who yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sir. I am coming because I was needing a resupply of some supply kits. I'm going to be going out with Scarlet again, and we're going to be taking a company. I imagine that we're going to be needing to carry a little extra on us this time.
Okay. Yeah. What did you need?
Just the basic, normal stuff that I pick up: bandages, some poultice making stuff, your common herbs. Uh, and if you have that stuff for Nolan, the stuff that gets rid of the itch for him, give me like a 2 week supply of that. And uh,
Okay. Well,
is there any type of like antibiotic like liquids that we would have available this time? Is that something or?
sorry. You might want to go to not like an apothecary for something like that. We just have wounds. We have wounds. We have things to tend to wounds for people off the street or people we find in travels. Not really a sustainable supply of anything long-term treatment. So,
Okay.
your friend's problem might be best addressed at an alchemist or apothecary.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I'm thinking I do have some healing, standard healing kits, first aid kits here, if you want those.
Oh yes, those will work nicely. I can't really think of anything else that he would really even need besides his normal gear. Uh, uh, oh yes. Do we have any type of anti venom supplies?
Um, Let me take a look here. No, I don't see any antivenom.
Oh well.
Yes.
Perhaps we will find something along the way.
Yeah, but there's not. I mean, we don't have anyone ever come in here
That might be something for the apothecary.
to, dealing with venomous bites around the city.
I mean, Palad's a paladin. He like can remove status effects with lay on hands, so it's really not even that big a deal.
Yes, you're very capable. I think you can handle it.
Yes. So yes, just the standard healing kits then, and here is 20 gold pieces. Just put the rest back into the other supplies.
Okay, so yeah, okay, everything's back on the shelf. It's 20. Here's 4 healing kits for you. Actually, here he gives you 2 gold pieces back and says, "Here, you only need 18 for these.
Sir, keep it.
I shall put it towards the church." And anything else?
I can't think of anything that I would need here. While that I'm here, I would go and pick up my like belongings in my backpack and grab all of my gear. Throw
Okay.
like the healing kits in there, and then meet everybody out front, or if they're inside, gather them up.
Okay. Da-na-na-na-na-na. You're outside. Poof. Okay.
Poof.
That's 12 pounds worth of healing stuff you got there.
Perfect. Wow, that's the healing kits. So, what do healing kits exactly do? Do they give me bonuses on like a healing roll or a medicine roll? Because
Um,
I know there is actually like a tool proficiency custom kit thing that you can add, right? That does that.
Yeah. The
But
healer's
this
kit
isn't.
is a leather pouch containing bandages, salves, and splints. The kit has 10 uses. As an action, you can expend 1 use of the kit to stabilize a creature that has 0 hit points, without needing to make a wisdom/medicine check.
Nice.
It's
Okay.
for stabilizing people. Because if you don't have healing kits, as you can find out, you can't stabilize somebody that's dying without spells.
Okay. And we don't have a cleric, so
I can actually help with some of those things.
But if you're both down, and no one's the only one left, or Scotterick,
We'll need that kit.
that'll definitely, this will definitely come in handy.
Well, if Scotterick's the only one left, we're fucked.
Yeah, you're
He's
doomed.
probably just gonna leave.
Well, chaps, it's
I-
been great.
I think Scaldrick would save us. My character has faith in him, but he does think that perhaps over this journey on the boat sometime when they have some downtime, he's going to make sure Scaldrick knows how to use his healing kit.
There you go. There you go. A little lesson. Good thinking.
All right, gents. Does anyone know about how much longer we need, or how much longer we have before we have to meet up with Scotterick?
Let's say about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
It's only been an hour and 20 minutes so far. So you have 2 hours and 40 minutes left.
Well, we have 2 hours. We have about 2 hours left. We have to meet up with Scotterick, apparently. We have 212 gold left. What do you guys want to do with it?
I think it would be a good idea to get an additional map so that I'm not the only one carrying a map.
That'd be an awesome idea.
How generalized of a map do we need? I mean, we're going to a place that's not on any map.
No, just have someone maybe take the time to make a rough copy of the map I have.
Oh, okay. I got you. Is there like a scribe here in the temple that could, within a certain amount of time, like rough copy this over better than any of us could?
Your map. How do I put it? A scribe in this temple, you're probably not going to find anyone. The Karaya is not as much a scholarly. You guys don't really follow a scholarly way.
Mm-hmm.
So, you could find somebody, but the odds are that they're not going to do it justice. You might want to go to like a map maker or someone actually more inclined to do stuff like
As
that.
I was saying, to a cartographer.
To a cartographer.
You're there. So you're outside the map maker. And
Matt the map maker.
yes, I'm Map. Pleasure to meet you.
Alad the paladin. Map the map maker.
Let's see here. Yeah. So you go in. Well, this is not going to be very fluid conversation. So you go in. You talk to him. He agrees to transcribe that map. I mean, you want it in a hurry, right? You want it done before you guys are supposed to be back, or do you want it done for later?
We want it done in a hurry, and we like want it done with quality.
Okay.
As quickly as you can do it with quality.
I can send someone to get it, though.
Okay. So he agrees to do it in a rush, for 62 gold.
How much would it be how much does the cartographer estimate it would take him to make a better quality version of the map?
Oh, that is a good quality version. Like, that's the right now. I'm doing it right now, dropping everything, doing it right now, and doing it to the best of my ability.
Okay.
Price.
62 gold is quite a large sum, sir. Is there any way that you could do it for 50? And maybe we could just give you like 30 more minutes or so, not so, so much of a hurry?
Well, that's my price for very fast and efficient and quality. If you want a better price, then you're gonna have to give me more time.
Sir.
And
Sure.
how much time would that be?
Well, I'm in the middle of something right now. I can have it done later this afternoon for 45 gold pieces.
Alan looks to the other two. I can take care of that as far as getting it.
Well, later on in the afternoon, that might be too late, though. Like, we only have a couple
I
hours.
can send someone to get it and be back.
Sir.
Hey,
We are under the employ of Mr. Dalorian. Have you heard of him? He's very eccentric and he loves his expedition. Now, if you were to per se give us a discount, say that 50 gold that he was talking about for the rest drop, I can almost assure you that he would be back time and time again for more of your services. But I mean, gouging us for the 62 gold, he might not appreciate that so much.
Gouging, sir. I am the finest map maker in the continent.
Gouging.
Bless you.
we know that you're the finest map maker in the continent. That's why we came here. But I'm sure that there are a lot more maps to transcribe if we put in a good word for you.
That's exactly what I was getting at.
Okay, so How about one of you roll a persuasion check with advantage? The other one, since you're both doing it, I'll say one of you is helping the other. Someone do it with advantage. Who's doing the persuasion?
I've got a 6, and I think you do too, Nolan. So you can go and roll.
Ooh, didn't even need it.
Advantage.
Wow. Well, 49 gold it is. I hate to turn away repeat quality paying customers. I'm sorry, I'm just a little frazzled because it's very, get it done right now kind of thing is not my normal speed. So, yeah, I'll give you 49 gold. I'm sorry, you give me 49 gold. Woo! Sorry, you got me flustered. I mean, this is so compelling. Yeah, I'll get it done as soon as possible. I just need the original, and I'll get started right now.
All right. Alan, if you would please hand him the original, and we will see you in how long did you say it was going to?
It's going to take me like an hour and a half.
We'll see you in an hour and a half.
Okay. He takes it and he clears off everything off his sketch table and plops that in a piece of parchment up there.
All right, gents. We have an hour and a half to kill and 162 gold to kill it with. What do you want to do?
Well, I mean, unless you gentlemen need me for anything else, I would like to go to the orphanage and visit a couple of my little friends there before that we leave for God knows how long.
All right, so you want to take this hour and a half and we just get our affairs in order?
Sounds good, unless anybody can think of anything else.
Okay.
Is only one person returning here to pick up the map, and the rest of us will meet back at his place?
Sure, I'll stay here and pick up the map. I'll wait for the map here.
Okay.
I don't have any affairs to get in order.
I hand the 106 gold, the remaining that we split up, back to Nolan. I'm like, here's the rest of Mr. Dalorian's money, and I will see you at the estate in a few moments.
All right.
Alan waits with Nolan. Content to just stay outdoors.
Pallet does go to the orphanage. That's where he spends like a lot of time trying to like help out with the innocents. So he just goes there and just says his goodbyes to all of like the kids and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, Alan. Mr. Dalorian gave us all this cash, and I'm assuming part of this is for our time. So you want to grab something to eat?
I am fine today. You've noticed that Alan hasn't actually ate anything at all today.
Well, I'm gonna go and get myself some grub. I guess unless you want to tag along, I'll be back in like 20 minutes.
Alan decides to wait at the cartographer's, just enjoying the sunlight. At that exact moment, a white owl flies over to him and just rests on his shoulder.
All right.
Alan hands something to the owl.
Okay.
Birds are weird. Scene 20. And Nolan goes off and finds some grub.
Okay.
Not just any grub, though. A good grub.
Ooh, okay. Well, there are plenty of fine restaurants here in Ickesburg. So, what are you looking for? Anything in particular?
I don't know, a little surf and turf, I guess.
Ooh, a little surf and turf. Let me take a look here. We have, you go to one of your normal restaurants. I'm not gonna do that. You go to one of your normal restaurants and grab a normal dish, a very nice normal dish of your choosing. To kind of speed this up. So, yeah, take off 3 silver for your meal, and your.
I give the waitress a gold.
Okay, and she is
pay for the meal and the tip.
She's very grateful. So,
and I head back to the cartographer.
Okay, so you meet him back. Cartographer, Owlboy's there, and
Birds are weird.
pallet after your jaunt to the orphanage. You meet some of your little friends there. You have a good time, and you come back. You guys all meet back at the cartographer. Boom, you guys are all there. Alan comes out and he notices you were hanging around there. He comes out and about an hour and 20 minutes later would have came out and gave you the map.
Mike's kind of coming in 4x5, boss.
What's up?
Your mic's kind of cutting out at the very end of what that you're like saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Alan, the cartographer. Sorry, I'm probably talking down towards the keyboard. The cartographer came out about an hour and 20 minutes after you guys left and gave you the map. And he had sweat on his forehead. He said he worked very hard on it, and it looks pretty good. Especially for an hour and 20 minutes worth of work. So, yeah. So Alan, you now have the map, and the other two show up.
Alan asked if the cartographer might have a case to put this map in.
Sure. Yeah, sure. I have several cases. Here, it's on the house, you guys. I'm hoping to see you again. So, yeah, here you go. It gives you a sturdy wooden case.
All the good news is if the boat goes down, this thing will float.
Wonderful. At least something shall survive. I don't know why I'm being so melodramatic today. Today's actually a pretty good day, boys. We're going out for adventure. We have lots of good to sow throughout the land. And we get to learn what this thing is that has Scotland so up in a roar. Okay. Everybody got their affairs into order?
Yeah. I'm assuming. Mr. likes birds over here. Just kind of stayed here, so I'm assuming he doesn't have any affairs in order. So.
Okay. So you guys heading back? You guys are running a little short on time now. I mean, you have time to get there, but not much time to do much else.
I'm all for going back to the house.
Yeah,
the
of
estate.
course. Don't want to keep our employer waiting.
Okay.
Alan shifts his weight and carrying the explorer's pack that he seems to always carry around with him, and then joins the other two as they walk back to the house.
Okay. You guys head back to Scotterick's office, and you head back, and he is sitting there waiting in the boardroom. He's the bottle he had that he was brandishing is a lot more empty than it was before, and he's got a nice red complexion to him. He says,
"Oh yes, everybody come in. Everybody, it's adventure time. So, are we ready? Does everybody have everything?
I believe so.
Very good. Very good. Nolan,
Sir.
do I have change with the money I gave you?"
He hands him 161 gold.
Well, very well. I knew you all could get everything we needed for our adventure. So,
I was going to use some of that to pick up some meats for the sea portion of the trip at the what's it called, the wharf.
Yes. Okay, you can
Right,
stop.
Wharf.
You can stop when we get there. Yes, we must leave soon.
Are you sure you're fit to be traveling, sir?
I am fit as a fiddle. Thank you for your concern. I am emptied one tank and I'm filling up another. Ha! So,
I was just insinuating that I don't want to carry you.
no, just that's my gun. I'll call it Nellie. Yes, my gun Nellie will be my prop if I should so need to be held up by something or someone. Let's go.
Sir.
Yes.
That is the 4th time this week you've named your gun.
Is it? Well,
Yes.
Sorry, but what was the other three?
Well, there was Bertha,
No,
there was Gertrude,
Oh God, I love her.
and there was I can't put my finger on the other one. It was what was your younger brother's first girlfriend's name?
Oh,
That was-
Delilah.
You know what I'm... Yeah, that one.
That
That was-
skank. I love her. Yes.
Yeah.
While they're having this like conversation, Pallid with a big smile on his face goes and gets like the rest of the retainers ready, the horses, set, make sure that all of like the like gear showed up, and does like a quick inventory of it all.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. So you actually do something productive and get them ready, and they're up here blabbering on, and then everybody comes downstairs, and the wagon is out front. Pallid's standing by, and Scotterick's like,
It was a good lad. You got it all ready. It's very good.
Well, I figured while the motivation was like up, we would like get everybody outside,
Very good. Where's my guide, Alan? Oh, there you are, you little fucker. Okay.
Alan's waiting at the gate
Yes.
What gate? What gate?
to the estate.
Oh, okay. So you're waiting right outside. Okay, so you're right by where Pallid would be, because Pallid pulled out front, and you're by. You hold the gate open, and
Yes, there he is. You adventurous little fucker. Okay, you have the map, right?
Alan pulls out the map, or specifically the case for it.
Oh, very good. Very good. Okay, off to the wharf then. Who's driving? Fine, I'll drive if you want me to. It's fine.
Oh God, no! I'll drive.
Okay.
Just sit there and look drunk.
Well, mission accomplished. We can come home now. Okay. I'm sorry. Much scotch and brandy and then scotch again. So, yes, to the wharf.
Alan opts to sit next to Nolan where he's working the horses.
okay. Okay, you hop down and sit next to Noel.
And prior to us leaving, just give me one moment.
Sure. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Alan checks what the weather will be.
Is that an app on your phone, boy? What are you doing over there?
What's a phone?
I don't know. Who am I? I'm sorry. He looked like he was doing something interesting.
A small sensory effect appears, and what does it look like?
Very cloudy. Several clouds. Little tiny clouds.
Alright. Well, Alan gets ready to sit and then gestures for Pallid to sit in the back.
Pallid hops up in the back.
Perhaps, Mr. Scotterick, you will get in the back as well?
Yes, I'm looking at the puffy things. Right now, I will climb in the back. Immediately after I'm done, or I pass out.
What a grand adventure.
Yes. Onward!
He taps you on the shoulder, Nolan. Onward.
Onward. I spur the horses into a go. Yes.
And you make it to the wharf, poof. And first thing at the wharf, are you grabbing the meat? Because the deli is like one of the first buildings in as you get into the town. Pride Jaw Wharf.
Yes. We grabs the meats.
Okay.
We'll need it salted so that it can be preserved.
Okay. Well, fortunately, they're already ahead of the game for that. They have salted meats. They have fresh meats. and assortment of other kinds.
Okay. Then I get what, like a couple weeks of
We
yeah.
need to
No.
get something to last us the trip to the island, and then we need to get what food we'll need when we're on the island, and then we'll need to get an extra amount of food.
But you guys did buy 2 weeks worth of rations. That should
Yes,
cover
but
you
we'll-
while you're there, if not
Yes.
longer.
Okay, well, I would like that we buy a sealed barrel of food.
Okay. They have sealed salted meats and sealed pickled meats and sealed wine.
Eel meats?
Wine. Sealed meats, yes. Sealed meats. Yeah. So, I mean, unless they're salted or pickled, a whole barrel probably isn't going to stay fresh for your trip. But a whole barrel of meats, either way, it's going to cost you, let's see here.
Something that will stay fresh as long as possible.
Yeah, 8 gold will probably cover your trip for preserved meats.
I'll give the deli lady 12 gold.
Okay. Oh, she is like thrown back. Oh, that is so grand. Excellent. Thank you.
Well, I mean, you pre-salted it for us, you pre-packaged it for us. You earned it. You did your job. Good job.
Do they have like little pony barrels of wine?
Oh yeah, but not here. But she says you can find that stuff down the street.
So while the cart's like parked here, he like runs over to the local tavern and picks up like a little whatever is like their best little like pony keg of wine that he buys with like his like own gold.
Okay.
Once the pallet gets out like to sea, he plans on getting trashed.
Okay. Yeah, that's only gonna cost you like 4 silver.
Okay. Then he picks up like something for somebody else too. Just a keg of something, like another type of wine, I guess. Something that would last longer.
Okay.
Rum.
Speaking of going to the tavern, no one's gonna stop by the tavern and pick up Mr. Dalorian a couple of pony kegs of scotch.
Okay. That'll be 10 silver, or I'm sorry, 9 silver per keg of the good scotch.
Okay, so I give him
Palad's
like
standing
I
in
give him
there.
like 2 gold.
And he looks over at Nolan and he's like, "Are those for Mr. DeLorean? I'm sitting here buying alcohol for Mr. DeLorean."
I was buying alcohol from Mr. Dalorian. Well, I guess he's gonna get turned on this trip. Okay.
Well, if that's the case, let me get 2 barrels of whiskey also.
Okay. That'll be another 18 silver.
I give him another 2 gold.
Okay. So 4 more gold out of the. Oh wait, out of your personal. Okay.
Yeah, Palad's paying with his personal. He gives him just 2 gold to cover it all, I guess.
That's right. I forgot you guys don't have the funds anymore.
Well,
So
I assumed that Mr. Nolan would give me back the funds to buy the meats.
you can ask
I
him.
mean, if not, that's fine. I mean, I can be out that gold. That's fine.
You can ask him. He's
Kind of one
passed
of
out.
those, "Oh, I forgot my wallet" situations. Palad
Yeah.
looks over and he just tosses out the rest of the gold to cover the rest of it.
Nice. Okay.
Hey,
So
whatever.
you cover the
The
rest.
generous man. Generous man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else you guys need from the wharf? From the wharf?
From the worst.
No. Okay.
I can't think of anything. Nope.
Okay, so you guys head down to the docks, and at this point, Scotterick is relatively sobered up. He didn't really drink a whole lot on the journey, and he's like, "Ah, yes, smell that, gentlemen. The sea is calling us. Ah, there's our boat." And you look down, and you see a moderate-sized boat, and you see a black tabaxi catfolk person standing on the boat, and you guys go down to the gangplank, and you go up, you walk onto the boat, and Scotterick introduces everybody. He's like, "Crew, this is Sea Crow. Sea Crow, this is Crew." And the tabaxi nods at you guys.
Seacrow, very well met.
It's good to meet you too.
Nolan just kind of nods.
Aye.
This looks like a very fine ship that you are run here. Is it just you, or do you have more crew also?
I do have crew, but they're not here. They are on leave. And since your employer must be going right now, I tell him he supplies my crew. That is you. Don't worry. Easy
Hal
sailing.
instantly looks over at Mr. Dalorian and tries his hardest to like keep a smile up. Oh, he did he? I was unaware.
Yes, you failed to mention this.
As he's standing there with like 2 barrels of wine under his arm. Well.
Yes, minor details, fellas. I forgot that one. I'm sure we'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Seacrow is very seasoned, fine sailor, and you are very capable, as I've reassured him.
I feel like we are rushing on like
Mr.
a fool's
Dalorian.
errand here now.
Mr. Dalorian, my good friend, this is the 3rd time you've done this to me.
But the other two, you seemed perfectly okay with it.
In fact, Al seems perfectly okay with it. He's just sitting at the side of the ship, gazing out at the bay.
Yeah, see, there's a spirit. There's one happy customer.
Well,
Come-
Mr. Dalorian,
Yes,
something you need to learn about this world, things aren't always what they seem.
it's very true.
No, Mr. Nolan, things are always what they seem. It's just sometimes we're not wise enough to see it beforehand.
Wow.
Pallid goes and sets his wine over in like the corner, and like, well, I guess we better start unloading everything, gentlemen.
Excellent. Yes, bring everything up from the wagon. I'll have an errand boy come to fetch it and bring it home. So nothing must stay.
I go find Black Crow and I ask where my quarters will be. I need to get out of my armor.
Yes, I'll show you to your quarters. It is Seacrow, sir.
Seacrow, I apologize.
Just call me Crow. Everybody just calls me Crow.
Crow.
So, right this way. He brings you.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. It's okay. He brings you below deck and shows you to your quarters.
I strip out of my like armor and get ready to start unloading stuff. As now I see what this situation is. I'm just here as a hired hand.
Okay, you start unloading stuff, and you guys get everything loaded up. Boom.
Does like anybody else help me?
Yeah, I guess Nolan will help as well. Begrudgingly, but still.
Al
You
helps
hear him like mumble
at
obscenities under his
replacing
breath.
down his explorer pack.
Okay. So you guys.
Stands there with his eagle. Fine, I should help too.
So you guys collectively get everything loaded into the boat.
Yep.
Crow says, "All right, everything's done. Let's man sails and go. Don't worry, I'll help with most of this." He shows you guys how to let sails down, and you guys take off out of the wharf, out of Pride Jaw Bay, and into the ocean. And Alan, Crow yells for whoever has the map. He'd like to see where you guys are heading, and you explain to him, and show and explain to him what you need, where you need to go, and you guys take off. You guys take off into a 5-minute break, or 3-minute break, however long it takes everybody to get back here. But restroom break, drinks, whatever, grab them now, because we're going to the sea, and there's no time for that shit in the sea. So, yeah, we'll be right back, everybody. I guess I should add my little be right back sign. Damn it. Put that right there. You guys can still bullshit. We're still recording. So we're still here. I'm just personally gotta go use the restroom.
Okay.
Real quick.
So while the Crow's kind of banning everything, I go and ask you guys what you think of our current predicament.
I think that we could have used that extra money that we gave back to Mr. Dalorian to buy actual ship hands.
I don't know if that would have been enough to afford actual ship hands.
Smaller cities like this, I mean, not everyone is affluent.
This is true. Gold does go a long ways.
I was
Yes.
just happy. I was just happy Kyle didn't go all Moana.
Well, I mean,
There's still time.
I've kind of wanted to learn a little bit of seaworthiness myself, a little bit of stewardship. Maybe we can all learn something from this. And this is your first adventure anyway, so
I suppose.
I mean, anyway, Pallid seems kind of defeated by this whole thing. He was hoping for just an easy journey of just being like an ambassador, just going out here and helping this dude. And he figured that he was going to cover all of the expenses.
A pleasure cruise. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Whatever works though.
Yeah, but he's not ashamed of a little bit of hard work, so
It takes some adjustment for Alan, but he is used to trekking long distances, so there are some adjustments to be made to having a similar atmosphere on a boat, but
yeah. Did any of you guys bring any games? I look like to Nolan, wondering if you brought like any card games or dice games or anything.
Nope. Games aren't really my thing.
Alan, in the beginning, if we haven't set sail yet, may sit down and just say he's going to rest for 4 hours.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Yes, not to be woken up prior to that.
Gotta forget. Set my alarm. Make sure I don't forget to pick the wife up. That would be detrimental to my health.
Yes.
After that first time you did it?
Yeah, there was that.
Funny.
There was that one time.
They never forget either.
Nope. Oh no.
I was like, hey Kyle, it's like 2 o'clock, I gotta go. You're like, what the?
Yeah, that was bad. And it was especially bad because I was supposed to pick my son up early from school that day. And luckily she ended up getting a ride home and going to pick him up all without like coming in the house. So
Be a moment. I'm going to go do the dog out real quick.
all right. So yeah, she handled her shit. I didn't handle mine.
As long as one of the two is always handling stuff, everything is good. It's when both parties stop handling stuff that everything just kind of falls apart.
Yeah. Usually she's the competent one.
Fortunately, in my relationship, I'm the one that handles everything.
Yeah, there's got to be one competent one. If 2 people are competent, that's not a good balance. That's like having too much of the light side. You need a dark side to counterbalance.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, unfortunately for you, you've got to be the adult. Sucks to be you.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. My wife does the adulting.
Oh yeah, mine too.
I actually looked at Atlanta the other day and I was like, if we ever split, I'm sorry for you. She goes, why is that? I was like, because you don't know how to pay the bills. You don't know how to adult.
Yeah. Yep, I'm taking all the adults with me.
Right? I was like, I've been doing all that shit for 5, going on 6 years now. You've never had to do any of it. So, yeah.
That's
Sorry.
Yeah, that would definitely shock me too, having to do all that shit all at once.
I mean,
That
I
was getting to
know.
the point where not being married is getting in the way of things. You know, like certain like companies will not tell you things unless you're the spouse. You know,
Yeah, that shit sucks.
that's getting in the way of things, big time.
But
Okay.
She gets all sorts of pissy. Anyway,
Okay. You're back, man. Hey, Don. I would have listened further. I'm here for you. And so is the internet. So is the internet.
right? So
We're
is the
all-
internet. So is everyone on Twitch.
Yeah, we're all here for you. Promise. Or we'll just get your friend on here and we'll troll the shit out of you again. So, you know, whatever
Yeah,
works.
right.
Whatever works. Okay, so guys, we're heading out to sea.
prior to this, Alan remembers something.
Left the stove on.
Yes.
Yes. No. Alan,
Yes, sir.
you're the one who said you've been here before, right?
Road to the town. Yes.
Do you happen to know where you could buy a fishing rod and some bait?
Yeah, I would the general store.
Could you direct me there?
Yeah.
Okay. It directs you to a very small general store. You're
General
looking-
store is over there, sir. He has the best tackle that you can get.
Alan walks up to the general store and browses for a moment
Okay.
before looking for the shop owner.
Shop owner sitting in a rocking chair. Over. I mean, this is like a roadside shack, kind of. It's like,
But the best tackle.
Yeah, best tackle around. What can I do for you?
You sound a lot like Mr. Dalorian.
No, Dalorian. I heard that name before. I ain't none like that guy. I'm a little more sophisticated than you'd think by looking at me.
Well, sir, could you show me your fishing rods and some tackle, please?
Sure, I got me 9 fishing rod. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on, I need my other hand here. 7, 8, 9. 9 fishing rods and plenty of tackle. What are you looking to catch?
Possibly some things while at sea, and possibly some coastal and or river fish. So varying tackle, please.
Varying tackle of all shapes and sizes. Okay, let me take a look here. I'm gonna ring it up here with the numbers. Let me crunch the numbers here for you. I could give you a fishing rod and a whole heap of tackle for 2 gold pieces.
That'll do just fine.
Okay. And that all that'll 5 pounds total to your weight.
How much of a tensile strength would you reckon the fishing rod has?
I'd put it along the lines of pretty fucking tough. Right under, pull damn near anything, and right above, I ain't got shit. So, pretty fucking tough.
Thank you. That'll be all. Here's your 2 gold.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Patronage is very much appreciated.
It's very much.
Very much.
Very much.
So, anything else for you?
That'll be
Pretty
all.
fucking tough.
Yes.
Sorry.
Unit of measurement.
Alan does a curt bow to the individual and then turns around and walks back to the boat, tracking his way.
Okay. Gives you a big half-toothy smile.
Y'all have a good journey.
Okay. So, anything else before you guys head back to the boat?
I mean, if we're still at the wharf, can we buy crew?
Can you buy crew? I mean, you could walk
Yeah.
around and ask if you'd like, but
Well, I mean, does Crow know anybody? Like, it's like the B crew?
be crew.
Or people he has worked with.
I know no one in this tiny town. I don't normally come here.
How did you get your boat here then?
I rolled my fucking bolt. I am not incompetent.
Well, all right.
It's not that big.
That's what
Well,
he said.
Nolan, you want to go look around, see if we can hire some more people? Do you want to go ask Mr. Dalorian if he can hand up the rest of that cash that we saved him and
No, but I'm just.
hire somebody else to fucking take care of these ropes and stuff?
Huh? Were you just talking to Nolan?
Yeah.
He was.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, you cut out on my end.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I ask you if you think you can get that money back from Mr. Dalorian, and do you want to hire some more people?
I mean, unless you want to be busting our asses the entire time.
I don't think so. I'll go with you. Maybe both of us together. We can even get him to pony up some more cash.
All right. Ian, Senor Paladin, we'll approach Mr. Noel. Or Mr.
You're
approach
cut-
myself.
You're cutting out, Dawn.
I said, let me approach myself.
Oh.
We'll approach Mr. Dalorian, and hey, Mr. Dalorian, me and the other boys are wondering, what would you say to hire in more crew? Because to be quite frank with you, the four of us, the boys and the cat over there, don't really make much of a crew.
And I mean, sir, think about all the people that we could be helping. There has to be people here that's looking for work. Times aren't that great currently. Perhaps.
What he said. You want to redeem yourself and your honor and all that, right?
Surely there has to be somebody looking for work that's just here. It wouldn't take us no time if we just, had some coinage to, pay them for their time.
Well, I really don't think we need a crew. This is a rather small vessel, and we are very, very short on time. I think we got this, right? I brought you all because you're very, very capable.
Yeah, but as
Nolan deadpans super hard, and Mr. Dalorian is like, dude, you know me. Come on. Why would you think that? What have I ever done to make you think that?
Look at my hands. I have no callus.
This is really not as hard as you all would think. We're going on a small journey, really. I don't understand why there's hostility.
It's not that there's hostility, but I'm just thinking that maybe there just has to be other people that are more capable and more fitting and are looking for the work anyway.
But I don't trust them with my discovery. No, they will not have my moment in the sun.
If this thing has been forgotten and lost for so long, what's like an extra hour?
Alan watches the three with a bemused expression as he watches the two city individuals and the one semi-city.
We just need people to help us with the boat. Once we get there, they can stay here and Crow can watch over it.
That, Mr. Dalorian, nobody wants your anal. Okay, no, nobody wants it. It is the most unwanted thing on this planet.
I'm sure it's going to be a great discovery, but when we get there, we want to keep motivations high, right, sir?
Motivation is definitely crucial in something like
Alan
this.
stands up and walks over to them and brings up a point. We have a map to the place, but we don't actually know it's there. What if we need something to guard the boat?
This is a very good point. I'm sure.
We have Crow here do all of that by himself. Do you think you can defend the boat against anything out there, Crow? As he turns to the captain.
Look, I understand what you are doing.
No, I'm speaking in the sense that I would like to get back to the mainland.
Yes.
Alive.
Yes, survival. Yes, good shit. Guys, we really don't need strangers being on our boat. You have just as much luck them cutting our throats in our sleep as, as them protecting anyone from anything. You know they'll just give this thing up if we get boarded anyway.
But Crow, so you're more than
Alan
capable to
concedes and
sail
walks
the
away.
boat by yourself in case when we come back. What if two of us are injured? What if it's like a narrow escape when that we finally make it back to the boat? Will you be more than capable to, take care of everything on the way back?
I mean, yes. I mean, it's really not. It's really, guys. It's really not that. It's a small boat. It's not a fucking freighter.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean,
Pal gives up.
Yeah.
I got here from Wyndham on my own, so.
Well, then we will just trust our lives with your skills, Crow.
Oh.
Pal kind of goes and sulks over in the corner.
Alan seems content with the situation.
The more people you trust, the bigger the dagger is that enters your back.
Before we
Oddly
leave,
profound.
Alan once again checks the weather.
Okay. You do your little perfunctory weather sensor, and it looks a lot clearer today. It looks like it's going to be a lot clearer in the immediate future.
Okay. Alan looks to the captain. Secret. May I take a 4-hour nap?
Sure, of course. Unless we get into something choppy, once we get moving, I'll be
Question.
just fine. Behind.
Do
the
we have a
wheel.
crow's nest on the boat?
Oh, wouldn't leave home without one.
Okay. Alan opts to climb up into the crow's nest.
You're just gonna walk into the dude's bedroom, really?
No, the crow's nest is the
Nest
top
is what
portion of
I
the boat.
name my pubic hair. So
No. A crow's nest is the top portion of a boat.
oh, you had
have a-
me fooled. Okay, very good.
No, I know what a crow's nest is. I was making a joke. The dude's name is Crow.
Yeah.
Oh,
We were fucking with you. We were fucking with you, sir.
We're a bunch of fucking trolls. Get over it.
Alan seems to understand, just has a light smile, and he says, "Well, I'll be sitting up there."
Okay. Keep it nice. I like to go up there to think. I don't want mess.
So I asked Crow, is it unsafe to be wearing armor around on these voyages? Should I stay unarmored? Is that the normal protocol?
It's up to you. If you go in the water with heavy armor, yeah, good fucking luck.
Alright.
But it's up to you. If you want to wear it the entire time, wear it. If you don't.
Okay. Part of that. Pal's ready to disembark and
Okay, you guys.
We get underway.
Yeah, you guys leave uneventfully. Are you keeping your armor on or off?
off.
Okay, so you're doffing.
Alan walks over to Alan before going up into the crow's nest. If you do seek into the water, I can try and get to you.
I hope so. I'm not a very good swimmer, sir.
Trust me, that won't be an issue.
Okay. Noted.
Okay.
Scream for Alan as I plunge into the water. Alan!
Watery depths.
Even if you are wearing your armor.
So you guys take off, and you are at sea over 2 days, and mid-afternoon on the third day. I mean, the 2 days are uneventful. You eat, you hang out, talk a little bit. I mean, is there anything you guys would like to cover with each other, conversation-wise, during those 3 days?
I check the weather, and every now and then my owl flies around.
Okay. Doppler and Alcam.
Again.
say that weather and flight patterns are pretty good. Pretty good.
Pallet takes some of this time to talk to the wealthy gentleman about more of like, not so much about his goodness that he'll leave for the world, but think of his family, and kind of like feeding into that ego of this whole trip, think of your lineage, and then, after you find whatever this thing is that we're going to go find, and with your ties with the church, it just propel you even further, and your children and grandchildren will always be looked at as saints. You're setting them up for a great, great journey into awesomeness.
Pallid, I have no fucking kids, sir.
Sir, you will. I
yes.
do not doubt that.
Yes, I'm just waiting for the right time, of course. Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, yes. I'm aware.
Yes.
But you must always think of these things. Think of the second and third course of, all of your actions. When you toss a pebble into like the pond, the ripples go much further than even you see. Everything is affected and everything links like together.
I usually pay people to throw the pebble for me, but I see your meaning, yes. Mm-hmm. Ripples. Mm-hmm. I like ripples.
Ripples, yes. We want to have good ripples.
Yes.
Leave good in the wake of our actions.
Yes. I met a secretary the other day. Nolan, what was her name? I don't remember. She had ripples as well. And they were very effective, yes, at balancing dividends. Yes. So yep. I feel your meaning, Pallid, and you thank you for your advice.
He just kind of takes it on over the chin and smiles. Next time. Maybe next time.
Okay. So, very, very good. Very impactful. So you guys go, and it's late afternoon of the third day. And Mr. Dalorian is pondering over this profound, rippling effect story. And you guys feel a thump on the boat, like a slight shaking, and it's like a thump, and then the boat shakes a little bit, and then you hear about 10 minutes later another one, thump. The boat shakes a little bit.
Nolan walks her to Pallid. So, I've never been on a boat before, but I don't think that's supposed to happen.
I immediately cast Detect Evil.
Okay.
So I will use one of my. Let me make sure. Divine Sense. I think it uses spell slots. No, I can do it once per my charisma modifier, so I can do it 4 times per day, and anything if it's. I know this location of any celestial fiend or undead. Oh, I thought that it did evil. Never mind. I doubt that it's a fiend under the water.
Yeah, that spell is by title is a little bit deceptive, but so you cast it, and there are no detection of fiend, undead, or celestials.
Interesting. Well, that is good to know. I don't think that's normal either, but I do not sense any presences. Look over to Crow. Crow, is that normal?
Okay. Crow's back at the wheel, and you guys walk back and say, "Is that normal?" And he's like, "If we hear it again, we might have to take care of something. No alarm. No need to worry. We're good."
Ignore that.
All of a sudden.
There's another thump. Thump.
Ignore that. I was trying to change something.
All right, very well. Well, boys, I've taken it pretty easy on you so far. You have very little to do. As I told you, I run the ship. So there is one thing that I need you to take care of before it becomes a problem. So the thumping you're hearing and feeling are barnacles on the bottom of the boat. Very large barnacles. Not normally issue, no big deal.
But get enough of them on your boat, and they attract unwanted visitors. So I'm going to need some people to go down there and get rid of these barnacles for me. Us. Survival. Your lives, kind of thing.
Before heading down from the crow's nest, Alan just looks around at the horizon.
Tal sits there contemplating for a second what was just said. So you're saying we need to go clear barnacles off?
Off the bottom of the boat, yes.
Oh, great. And what's the thing that could come if we don't?
Bad stuff that you don't want to come.
Okay. So the bone thing wasn't the bad stuff, it was just the barnacles pumping.
There's another thump.
Sounds like the...
We
Which
must
are
be
gathering.
Yeah, we must be getting quite a batch under there. They are attracted to each other, and things are attracted to them. So we need to go down there and get rid of them, like soon.
How do you propose we do that?
Thump.
I don't
Alan
know about you
stands
guys,
up
but I can't breathe underwater.
and makes his way down.
I can
Worry not.
help you. Hold on there, friend. Let me get and he doesn't know your abilities or whatever. Let me get here. He pulls out a satchel, and out of the satchel he pulls out scrolls. And he's like, "Here, read these. They'll let you breathe and swim better under the water."
Fair enough.
Does Alan continue to speak?
Alan shushes for the time being, just
Okay. Grab a scroll
going
then.
the flow with things.
Yeah, he's not aware. He doesn't know you guys personally. You guys really haven't talked, so he doesn't know your capabilities.
Why, why spend like your spell slots if we can just use these?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just going with the flow of things.
Okay. So, yes, you're going to want something to pry these barnacles off the boat. They are big, very big. So, and thump, you hear another thump again. I did not expect this. Please, make haste. They draw creatures to the boat.
I mean, I've got javelins. I guess I could use a supply rod. I just quickly, I'm like big, show like basketball size, or like big, and just hold like my arms out.
Like the size of a cow, a piece.
That's big. Okay. Well, gentlemen,
It is big.
We obviously need like to hurry. Let's read these scrolls. And we got a shovel or a pry bar here on the boat, Crow?
I have pry bars, yes. Here's, and he walks over to a large pile of ropes and other gear, and he pulls out 3 pry bars. And Dalorian's like, just walks up during this, and he's like, "Ah, excellent. What are we doing?"
Clearing off barnacles. Are you accompanying us?
Alan looks to Dalorian and says, "Actually, there is something you could help us with. Could you stay in the crow's nest, Ryman, and keep an eye out for anything?"
Ooh, I'm not so sure I could get up there very easily. Hold my drink. I'll try.
Alan holds his hand and
Oh no. We don't have time for this. We'll just let him go off and drink. He will fall, and we have to get rid of these like particles.
can someone catch him?
Are you sure? I could give her a whirl. It's been a few years.
No.
Then stay up here.
Let's just
Don't
keep you
go
on the
high.
deck, sir.
Stay on deck, but keep an eye out.
Oh, very good. I'll go grab Melinda. And we'll load it in case I see anything abruptly dangerous.
Good thinking. So, I read the scroll. Is it a scroll I can read?
Yeah, these are all. The way I do spell scrolls in my games is that with a proper Arcana check, anybody can read them.
Okay.
So these ones are made and suited. They'll give you a DC 12. I mean, you know. Let's see here. I'm gonna give them like Alter Self spell. I was thinking because that gives you the gills, but does that give you a swim speed? I wonder. I can't remember. And that lets you breathe underwater. Alter Self. Sons of bitches. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow, way too far. Stupid alphabet. Okay, L, A, L. Alter Self. Oh, it's split too, that's why I can't keep track of it. Assume different form. Choose one of the following options, the effects of which last the duration of the spell. So for 1 hour, it's a concentration spell. And for 1 hour, you can... Aquatic adaptation. You adapt your body to an aquatic environment, sprouting gills and growing webbing between your fingers. You can breathe underwater and gain a swimming speed equal to your walking speed. Yes. So
Nice.
you once you use the scroll, you gain Alter Self for an hour concentration. And
Okay.
you will be able to give yourself gills and webbing between your fingers.
Okay. You said Arcana check? DC 12?
Yes, DC 12 Arcana check for everybody.
14.
So I gotta put this here. Boom. Nope, that's the wrong window.
So for this, would I just click on my Arcana, or would I?
Yep, just click on your Arcana and your skills menu on your character sheet. Ooh. Regis, you don't quite. You look over and you see Pallid start to grow gills and change a bit, and you read yours out and you attempt it, and it doesn't happen to you, and the scroll loses its luster. Nolan, I also
Well-
need you to roll an Arcana check, please.
No worries.
Oh boy. Here comes that 20.
Probably not.
Oh, just makes it. So you also gain gills and webbing between your fingers and toesies.
Guys, this feels weird. I don't like it.
I sit there and like check out the webbing in my fingers. This is useful. All right, gentlemen, we need to go. And I look over to Alan.
I can take care of this.
Okay.
Before we go, I mage armor up. I don't know what's gonna be under there.
Is that a concentration spell also?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, just last 8 hours. Let's see. So, Regis, can you change your Roll20 name to Alan then, please?
Sure.
Let's see. So, okay. So, Alan, what would you like to do then? Now, since your scroll was unsuccessful for you.
Give me one moment while I find something.
Sure. Yeah, no problem.
Finding some stuff for reference, so I know which of these I'm doing. Okay, I will be using. One moment. I just gotta find this. You know what? I'll go with this for now. I will be keeping an eye out for anything. And what I'm gonna do is use one of my wild shape charges to turn into a reef shark.
Ooh, okay. Okay. So, you're gonna do that on deck, or you want to wait till you like jump in the water?
Well, once I get in the water. Otherwise, I'll just be floating.
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to, look what I can
Someone will
do.
have to toss me in before I can't breathe.
Okay, so Nolan and Pallid, there is a ladder along the side that you can climb down.
Okay.
And,
Grab my big old pry bar and start climbing down.
okay. Grab a pry bar. Nolan?
Same.
Okay. You grab a pry bar. You guys start heading down the ladder. Alan, what would you like to do?
I'm going to dive and turn in or shapeshift into a reef shark and plunge into the water.
Okay. So mid dive, you turn into a shark,
Yes.
and you go down. And everybody else, you guys climb down, and you find it surprisingly, the bottom of the boat surprisingly grippy.
There's a shark down here.
That's true. I mean, yeah, if you guys weren't paying attention to him, you just see a fucking shark show up out of nowhere.
I'm just kidding.
Also, my owl is flying overhead.
Okay.
Okay, so you said the bottom was grippy?
Yeah, somewhat grippy. So you don't really need to use your swim speed yet, as long as you have points of contact on the grippy boat.
I test breathing through gills as quickly as possible.
Okay.
I'm sure that's an awkward feeling.
Yeah, once you get your head submerged, it is very awkward, but it's kind of like a reflex almost. You go from switching to breathing air to water rather seamlessly. And you guys get to the underbelly of the boat, and you see these giant mole-looking things, plant-like substances stuck to the bottom of the boat. Several of them, probably about half a dozen. They are grayish green and very large, probably between the size of a Goliath and a cow.
It's a Goliath cow.
Yes, Goliath, cow, barnacles. Everybody hates them. So, what would you guys like to do? Water's rushing over you. You can hang on. It's slightly grippy, but it's not like you have no handles. It's just kind of your fingers are sticking to it. So you have to use your hands and feet as though you're climbing up and down something, but you're horizontal rather than vertical.
And the boat's moving this entire time still?
Yeah, but he has taken down sail, so it's kind of coasting.
Okay. So like we can kind of like pry on it, right? Without like being stuck, like having to hold on the whole time. It's not like a cliff and we're just going to fall off or anything, right?
You're not just going to fall off, but if you completely let go, you're going to have to swim back to it. It's still it's still going, but not very fast. Your swim speed will accommodate you to get you back to it. You're faster than the boat right now, but not by much.
Okay. I climbed down to whatever the closest barnacle is, and you said there's how many?
There's about 6. We'll say 6 at this point.
I try to get to the biggest one and start to get ready to start prying it off, finding some way to get leverage on it.
Okay.
I follow suit.
Okay. Alan,
Mark.
what are you doing?
I go a little bit below so I can see what's above me. And how far is it to the bottom?
You start swimming down, and the bottom's probably, I'd say, 60 feet below the bottom of the boat.
I make my way down 20 feet so I can get back if I need to.
I'm sorry, make that 100 feet. It's gonna need to be like 100 feet down.
Okay, because I was trying to figure out for how deep in harbor, reefs, all that.
It's about 100 feet down to the bottom. Okay, so you swim down just to keep a lookout. Roll a... You what? Yeah?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. I
Okay.
go down about 20 feet.
Okay, roll a perception check, please.
Here you go. If it'll load. Okay, here we go. Alan, perception check. That would be Oh, come on.
You don't really see nothing yet. Okay, so the guy's prying. I need an athletics check from both of you. DC 14 for this guy. So you, Alan, or Pallid, you start prying, and you pick the biggest one, and it's kind of being a shit. Okay. Yeah, Nolan, you're also prying. You feel like you're getting underneath it a little bit better. But you still can't just... This thing's so big, and they're holding on so fucking well. Can't quite break it. But
Well, upon seeing this, I'm going to make my Pallid's barnacle. I figure 2 heads are better than 1 as far as getting one of these things off. So.
An advantage would have been great for either of you this last time.
Yep. Good thinking.
Okay.
I kind of like scoot over when I notice him, swimming in, and like make room for him and kind of like point at, what that I'm prying at, and so that he kind of can get the other side of it, get some leverage on it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So you take a little time to get repositioned, and both of you on the biggest one.
Yep.
Alan, roll a perception check.
Here we go.
Okay. Still nothing. Coast looks clear. Keeping an eye out. All right. So, Pallid, are you going to do another athletics check with advantage since you have help?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
14.
It's okay. Just enough. So you start prying the first barnacle away, and you pry it up, and no one gets around to the other side, and he gets underneath of it with you, and between the two of you manage to barely hold on to the bottom of the boat and push this thing off, and it just floats off and starts sinking down towards the bottom.
Alan watches it,
into the darkness. Yeah, and Alan, you see it kind of sink in front of you.
remembering what he said about it attracting things.
Can I do a perceptive check to see if there is any other barnacles coming in? Because they sounded like that they were building up, pretty fast earlier.
Yeah, and they haven't been building up for several minutes now. But go ahead and roll a perception check as you look around it to make sure there's no more barnacles coming.
I don't see anything.
The water's pretty murky. Your eyes really aren't that adjusted. Kind of hard to see out there.
This thing's for like the fish. Move over. I can't really see too well, so I'm just kind of like following Nolan, the next barnacle.
Okay.
Yep, next barnacle.
Okay, so Nolan, you slide over, and Pallid comes behind you, and you guys slide over to the barnacle you were attempting the first time. You probably loosened it up. So, Pallid, go ahead and roll with advantage. Athletics check with advantage.
Oh, right.
Okay. Yeah, this one was a tough one. I mean, it was a tough one for Nolan before. It's still not giving way. This one's pretty tough. Alan, I need you to roll a perception check with advantage.
All right.
Okay. Being a... Oh, you didn't... can you change your name in Roll20 when you get a chance, Alan? Regis?
I thought I did.
So up there in the top right, there's a cogwheel, and you can change your display name.
No, I did.
Did you click
there
save
we go.
name?
It registered.
Okay. So you, as a shark, smell blood in the water. It's not very close. You can't depict really a direction, but you smell somewhere within a mile, there's blood in the water. You get a nice metallic taste of blood in your gill. Just to let you know. So, are we giving another crank at this barnacle?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm cranking it at the barnacle.
Okay.
Nope.
So tough. So tough.
I'm thinking, Pal's starting to get very frustrated at this and starting to lose his cool. I'm thinking about just like rearing back and like smiting this damn thing.
Barnacle be gone. Okay, so are we doing anything? I just got to try again or changing tactics?
I motion for Nolan to move back, and with all my might, I smite it with a nice thunderous smite underwater,
Oh shit!
and it hits with a 9.
You weren't, yeah, you weren't quite ready for the water part. You've never smited under the water, and it just made like a big bubble of light, and then just kind of that was it.
Okay.
That was it. Yeah.
If I think if because it says if like you can concentrate on it and keep like the power going, but I'm gonna do that because I have to concentrate on the spell itself, on the underwater spell. So
Oh yeah, concentration. Yeah, don't want to break that. That's gonna suck.
I just release release the energy then, and I guess go back to prying since that didn't work.
Okay. What did you do for this round, Nolan?
I backed up and watched him try to smite this thing. And then I looked at him like, you just tried to smite a barnacle. What is wrong with you?
It was on my
If a
bucket
shark could
list.
smile, it would smile.
So okay, so we're gonna get back to cranking at it again.
Yep.
Okay, so that was that round. How many rounds was that? 3. Okay. Alan, do a perception check. Normal. Okay, 17.
Remember what I may have whispered you something.
I see that, but is that any better than what you already have? Is you still keep your wisdom, so I'm guessing as a
okay, never
druid,
mind
your
then,
wisdom
never
score
mind
is
then.
higher than.
Never mind then.
Okay. Yeah, they don't stack. That's just what the shark gets. But you keep your intelligence, wisdom, and charisma when you shapeshift.
Okay.
Let's see here. Yeah, Alan, the taste of blood is more prominent, and it's getting closer. With a 17, you can tell which direction that it feels like it's coming from. It's towards the rear of the ship.
I swim up to the rest, slowly,
Okay.
so as to not alarm them.
I'm sorry, seeing a shark coming at me slowly would be just as alarming as quickly.
Yeah, maybe a heads up before you would have went shark might have helped them a little bit.
Sure. Hindsight's 20/20.
Yes.
I mean, that's not wrong.
That's true. Okay, so you slowly drift up to them.
Mhm.
I mean, they know you're in the water, so maybe they're smart enough to guess.
I'm being very passive.
Okay, you swim up and anything else?
I'm gonna like go ahead of them and then point, kind of like I'm gonna swim forward and then swim back around and kind of point in the general direction.
Point with your flipper.
Nose.
Nose?
My nose.
Okay.
If that fails, then I'll use my flipper.
Okay, so you swim up and you swim back, and you are facing back towards the back of the boat.
Mhm.
That's what you other guys see.
Alright. Just kind of watches the shark, making sure it doesn't try to bite me, and am unsure as to what it's doing. Goes back to trying to pull barnacles off the bottom of the boat.
Okay, so guys, go give me an athletics check with advantage for your next roll, if you're going back to that. Okay, good. Boom, second one off. Finally got that pesky one that you guys were checking out. So, Alan, give me a perception check.
Yep.
I wish that we could split up, Nolan, but it's like they're just too hard to pull off by ourselves.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Okay. Alan, you don't seem to notice any change in the water.
I know something's out there, but I don't know exactly where right now.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, it just tastes blood. It's no particular. I mean, it's not familiar to you because you're not used to being a shark.
I'm not
all the time.
normally a shark.
Yeah, so you just know it's blood and where it's coming from, which direction. Okay, guys. So yeah, that's that turn. Next turn, we moving on to the next one. What would you guys like to do?
We'll move on to the next barnacle, I guess.
I follow suit. Pal thinks about splitting up, but then realizes that he just can't do it on like his own. And then goes over there and helps him out.
Okay. Oh
I
yeah.
should have split up.
Oh yeah, easily. So you easily crank the next one off. Tink. Between the two of you, just okay, getting pretty good at it. Cool. There's 3 down. Perception check, Alan.
Come on.
Everything seems normal. Okay. Next turn.
What about the sixth sense of sharks?
Hey, it's not happening right now. Reef shark.
This time we go to separate barnacles, and I guess we both try.
Agreed.
Okay. You both tried 2 separate barnacles. 3 left. Okay.
Damn it.
All right. So man, these they're so easy together. A little different on your own. Okay. Alan, perception check.
Here you go.
Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
After many a searching.
It's closer, and there's a larger amount of blood. In fact, you can almost see blood in the water. It's getting that thick.
Well, if the blood's that thick, do we smell it?
Like, you're not a shark.
No, because it's barely.
If it was that thick, you'd still be able to smell it, though.
And
For
in
a
the
shark, so I
ocean,
can detect it further out, though.
it's not like a cloud. I just mean like it's like he can see a little bit of like filminess around him.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean if it's not like a big period fucking jaunt in the water. It's not like that. It's just he's down there. He smelled blood. He sees a little bit. Yeah. Nothing yet. Okay, so next turn. Top 2. What are we doing?
Okay.
Cranking again?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And I fail miserably.
As well as I do. After this, he starts sliding back over towards like Nolan.
Okay. Okay, Alan, perception check.
Okay.
Fuck.
Oh, God.
Stupid.
I see nothing.
So,
there's blood in my eyes.
Doesn't make sense. I know it's there.
so a large clump of plant life
Prior
starts
to
swimming
that.
by you, and you accidentally suck it in your gill.
God.
You are unable to pay attention to anything this next turn.
Okay.
You're just trying to get this shit out of you. So, Pallid, Nolan,
Why?
next turn.
So I'm rolling with advantage.
Sure, if you're combining again.
Damn it.
Okay. All right. Alan can't do anything this turn. He's getting all the fucking
I am
gum.
calmly as a shark with something in their gill can remove.
So I'm okay. So he's doing it calmly.
Mhm.
Okay, then I probably wouldn't even notice anything. All right, never mind.
Okay. Next turn. Pallid. Nolan, what are we doing? Okay. You crank
And
that.
then
You crank that
barnacle
one.
gone.
There's 2 left. Alan, roll a perception check with advantage. You finally get that shit out of you. Roll a perception check with advantage. Good God, it's mediocre. All right.
No.
Well, Shark Boy, luckily for you, it doesn't take much to notice down in the depths. Actually, as big as it is, it's not very far down from where you're at. Coming from a few hundred feet away, you see. Roll a nature check. Let's see if you know what it is.
Know what it is you see? Tell me,
Part of me is hoping
Alan.
he ignores it until he gets like
Oh God.
3 inches from his face.
There is a large creature. You have no idea what it is, but it's very large and kind of looks like a turtle. And it's heading your direction.
I move over to Pallid and bump him.
I notice it.
I point down.
I follow the shark swimming downwards, and
Would he roll a perception?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check with disadvantage, Pallid.
I was gonna yell shark attack and Eldritch blast it. Anyway, no.
That's exactly what you should.
Shark attack!
I got a 10.
You see him swimming back towards the back of the boat and down a little bit. You can't really. I mean, he's swimming. As far as you can tell, it's just him swimming.
I nudge Nolan and just point over there, just kind of like a shrug, like something's like, do you see anything? What the hell's the shark doing?
I see nothing. Shark is not biting my leg, that's all that matters.
Next
He
turn.
doesn't care.
Next turn. What do you guys want to do?
Swim over to the next barnacle and attempt to
Okay.
crank it off.
Have at it.
I swim to another one because I really want this to be done.
Oh God.
Nope.
Okay, here's mine. Yes! Okay, at least one of them came off.
Tink. Okay, so there's one
And then I
barnacle.
triumphantly swim back over to Nolan.
Okay, there's one barnacle left, and okay. We'll say that the next turn you guys get that off, get the barnacle off. Now all the barnacles are off, and Alan, you are seeing this thing is it's like only less than 100 feet from behind the boat. You notice it first, and it is a large turtle-like creature, very, very large turtle-like creature. And you see it just as like you make it out, make for certain what it is as they finally get the last barnacle off. Gentlemen, what do you want to do on the bottom of the boat?
Well, I mean, we just got the barnacles off, and
Yep.
I'm still breathing water, and I'm kind of like relaxing now, honestly. Just taking a breather.
Okay. Yeah, it was pretty a lot of work there. So you're starting to relax, and Alan, I'm guessing you go up to them.
Yes.
Okay. So, and you guys, he nudges you, and he starts swimming backwards, and you look back, and you don't even need a perception check to see that there is a giant turtle-like figure approaching the boat.
I swear and start swimming for the ladder as fast as possible.
Okay. Nolan, you also see this.
I'm sorry, I was having technical difficulties. What did I see again? Just
A giant,
LDR version
yeah, a giant turtle creature swimming towards the back of the boat.
with hostility in its eyes.
No, just swimming towards you.
As much hostility as a turtle can have in its eyes.
Yeah. See, it doesn't seem to take notice to you guys in particular. It's just swimming in your direction. So you guys go and you
You
guys
swim, right?
get up on the boat, and Crow is standing there waiting. He's like, yes.
The moment that my head reaches the water, I scream, "Giant turtle!" I don't really know sides of boats, so I just say back of boat. as I continue to crawl up.
As his head breaches the surface and yells giant turtle, my head breaches the surface and says, well, that's an odd hello.
There's a giant fucking turtle. Let's go.
Yes, I saw that. I've been meaning to tell you. I don't. Yeah, it's not good for us. It's dragon turtle, and it. Well, it likes barnacles, but you guys got them, so we should be good. Climb up.
We did get them all, right? I look back at Nolan.
As far as I saw.
Where's Alan?
There's still a shark under the water.
So I'm asking Nolan, where's Alan? Has he made it back?
Maybe he died.
I'm
I don't know.
inspecting the boat right now.
Okay, so Alan, yeah, what are you doing? Are you changing back to climb up the
No,
ladder?
I still am a shark. I'm just inspecting the boat.
Okay. Yep, you're checking out the boat. It seems like you guys got all the barnacles.
I feel kind of interested being a shark for a little while, so I'm going to stay a shark and just stay next to the boat.
Okay.
When asked where Alan is, Nolan's reply is, I don't know.
I surfaced slightly. I surfaced slightly on the right side.
Okay.
Alan starts like screaming, "Is that you?"
I don't know where Alan is, but that shark has a real heart for you, pal.
I kind of do the equivalent of diving and then coming back up and then diving again. Just kind of respond.
I don't know if that's you. Do a barrel roll.
I do a barrel roll.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, well, I guess Alan's a shark.
You're like some kind of shark whisperer. That's awesome.
I guess so. What an interesting day.
Still not believing it's Alan.
So he does.
Do a barrel roll.
He does a barrel roll, and the Alan, you peek down in the back into the water, and you see that this turtle's almost under the boat now. It's much It's much larger than the boat, by the way.
I move away from the boat.
Okay, so you swim away to the boat. Okay, and you watch.
Your friend's leaving.
Yeah, I mean that's got to be Alan. I guess he just wants to go for a swim.
I do it very in a jerkish kind of getting away.
I would have no clue what. I mean, you're a shark. I don't know.
Yeah, as he swims away in a jerkish motion.
Would Crow know?
Crow's not paying attention to you. He's kind of like running around with his chicken with the head cut off on the boat. He's not paying attention to this. So the turtle
Quick, dump all the alcohol, get it drunk.
The turtle swims underneath the boat and continues swimming. Hey, you see, Alan, you see it reach down and grab a mouthful of barnacles and skim them off the bottom as he's going. Doesn't really need to slow down. Just and continues going.
I look around to see if the turtle itself was bleeding.
The turtle was not bleeding, but you did notice when it went to eat the barnacles that some things fell out of its mouth that were like large creature parts. Some kind of creature parts, and there's blood coming off of them. So it just seems to be whatever he was eating was where the blood came from. But the turtle continues swimming.
All right.
Seems as though the turtle will eat anything.
Don't worry, guys. Whales only eat plankton.
I got about 2 hours of shark time, so I just keep an eye.
Okay. The other two? Pallid?
I do my best to not get in Crow's way, but to be as much of assistance as I can. And I'm kind of assuming after the shark leaves, he's not running around with his head cut off anymore, right?
No, he still is.
Okay, then yeah, I go and help him out.
Okay. Crow's like...
I would tie myself to the mast.
Tie yourself to the mast?
Expecting rocky waters.
You tie yourself to the mast expecting what, bud?
Rocky waters.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you
I'm expecting shit to go sideways.
Okay, go to the mast. You tie yourself up and await your fate.
Let my flute start playing a jaunty tune. We're all gonna die.
Crow looks down at you guys and is like, it's not over yet. Untie yourself, foolish man. It's not dragon turtle that we always need to fear. It's what eats dragon turtle leftovers that might make our trip bad. You guys got the barnacles, good. Now it's not chewing on the bottom of the boat. But
That'd have been awkward.
that over there is what we worry about. He points. Yeah, you're blinded. He points off in the distance a little bit, and from behind the boat, approaching, is this flying creature, an aquatic colored flying creature, like a flying serpent, maybe, something like that. And it's approaching the boat. And you guys look over, and Scotterick's getting his gun up. My time has finally come. Prepare to die, bird.
I facepalm really hard.
Come, everybody. It's time to shoot the bird.
And I stand behind Scotterick.
And yeah, you guys see it's getting closer, and it appears to be some kind of reptile, flying reptile.
Nature check?
Sure, go for it.
Okay.
Or not, or don't go for it.
I've never seen a giant flying reptile before.
So it swoops down. It's not real big. It swoops down towards you guys, and Crow says, "Sea dragon. Luckily, it's little one. I recommend we kill it quickly before anything else decides to follow it." And you guys, it lands on the boat. It is a young sea dragon. Hold on here, let me get...
It's a dragon?
It's a dragon.
I speak to a draconic. Leave.
Let me put you all in place of... There's the boat.
Leave.
Yes, just go. Come on.
Oh, we have a fleet. Oh, no. Okay.
Play. Okay, so this is the boat you guys are on.
God, I'm huge. I need to lose some weight.
Bloop. Oh yeah, wait, that's a lot of squares. Oh, it's because it's still set to 45. That's why. Okay.
We're all huge.
Well, no, all large. Yeah. I need to lose some weight. I feel like a large creature over here.
Not creature up in here. I think that's good. That should be good. Anyway, yeah, I'll change you guys' size then. So this creature swoops over, and where is it? This is very inconvenient.
Did you mean for someone to be able to see the back half of the boat?
Yeah. What's going on there? That is creepy. Oh, it's because I just changed the size. Silly me.
We have met the end of the world, and the boat has tipped over it.
See you.
Well, as he's slowly changing the size, I'm getting closer to the edge of the boat.
You might want to grab on.
When the sea dragon was like flying in, I don't have time, of course, to don. I wouldn't be armed, but I would hopefully have time to grab my shield and some javelins, because I figured it was going to be flying, but since it landed, it kind of made it a little bit easier.
Yeah, you I'm gonna have to go back to 45. You were able to grab your shield and weapons and stuff. You guys see it coming, and that stuff's pretty readily available for you. Yeah, you're screwed with your armor, but let's see here.
Do I have time to grab my gear as well?
Yep, everything. Yeah, so unless you guys have to redon armor, you're good to go. You have all your stuff.
I do not. It's just a shield and a sword.
Okay. So he lands on the back of the boat, and it's not a very big dragon. It's yeah, somewhat of a not a baby, but not very big. So let's go here. Whoa!
Ah!
Whoa! Welcome to the show.
I'm bigger than you, dragon.
You do not scare me. Okay, so where is oh, he's on the other page.
I think Alan moved his thing off so that he could show that he was in the water.
Oh, that's right, Alan. Yeah, you're still in the water. Shock boy. Token. Copy. Paste. Okay. So the dragon hits the boat. Hits up here by Crow, and lands there and does a roar. It's not quite as impressive of a roar as his elders would have, but and he looks around at all of you, and he immediately rushes over towards Pallid, jumps down to the lower part of the top deck and starts charging at you. Let's roll for
As soon
initiative.
as he lands, I yell at it in Draconic to leave.
He seemed at least. Oh, hold on. Let me get the thing up. Now we can roll initiative. At least on the surface, he seemed to pay no mind.
Pallid charges forth. You have made a mistake today, creature of chaos. Today won't be your last. As he hopefully does well on initiative.
Today will be your last. Very nice. Very threatening.
Hopefully, Mr. I can't think of his name. Hopefully, Scotterick?
Oh, Scotterick.
Mr. Dalorian. I can always remember the car at least. Where's the initiative, real quick?
You just go onto your character sheet.
You have to highlight your character first, and then go to your character sheet, and it's at the top under where your name and all that is. Next to speed and armor class.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Nice. Good job.
Okay. This is
By the by, the guy's name is Scotterick. It's Great Scotterick Dalorian.
Okay.
Get it? Great Scott Dalorian. Back to the future.
I got it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so hopefully Mr. Dalorian will be impressed, you know? He gets to kill a dragon.
Should
Yeah.
Alan roll because he's still in the water, or
Yeah. You still roll.
Okay.
Still roll your initiative.
If you wish to take actions.
You have to highlight your token when you roll your initiative.
no, I did.
Alan, you could always jump the shark.
It was. So your token was highlighted.
Or I thought, how did I do that again? Hold on,
Just
I rolled a
click-
seven.
Just
click
click on your token.
Which symbol is it?
Just click on your token and then press initiative in your character sheet.
I thought I did that.
Nope. Your token probably wasn't highlighted. That's why it. All you do is click on your token so that the little squares are around it, and then go over to your character sheet and press initiative with it highlighted.
Okay, let me try again. Does this work?
Yep, there it is. There it goes.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah, significantly worse than what I got, but oh well. I understand the concept now.
Well, I mean, he should be able to change it on the tracker. Because like I could click on my number, and I'm gonna put in
500.
Okay.
I don't think that.
You just
go-
click the number on the tracker.
How fast would you have to be to get 500?
You're fine. He's good. So, okay, so you're back, so I can click because I gotta change it in descending order. There we go. Okay, so let's get this rolling because we
You're
are
gonna keep
running
my,
very short on time. So
okay, go.
Pallid, You, this thing charges at you, and it rears up and roars. It's a very young and tiny dragon, but it rears up and roars, and you go first.
Yep.
You are quick
Burning
to-
a spell slot, and I will Divine Smite. 21 to hit.
Oh, definitely.
Burn the first level spell, and so 5 radiant, only 2 slashing.
What is it?
Horrible damage. So 7 points total, and then follow up with a second attack with just a longsword,
Oh, crap. I get it.
which 21 I'm assuming also hits, and so 10 damage total with 2 attacks.
10 damage
After-
total?
After he attacks, I yell at Pallid to get on the other side of the dragon because Mr. Scotterick doesn't have any marksmanship skill whatsoever. That
Yes, I remember that he. And my final thing, I will move over.
Okay. See,
I still on the other side of it, but okay.
very, very nice of you
Look
to,
out, Nolan.
nice of you to point that out.
I don't know what you're talking about. The shit's going down. Whee!
And he's going to shoot.
Mr. Dalorian, how many dragons do you see?
I'll get the one in the middle.
So, well, he surprisingly, with a +3 modifier, oh no, he just misses. Okay. So he pulls up this giant, ridiculous rifle and it blows him on his ass. He uses half of his movement to stand back up, and the shot goes wild over the right side of the dragon and off into nowhere.
Just
Does it hit Pallid?
beginner's luck. I'll be back. I'm gonna lower it back here.
And he backs up a little bit and begins to load his rifle. Nolan, you're up.
I'm going to approach the dragon. I'm going to take my longsword of smiting and smite him twice.
Ooh, okay.
It's just a long.
Podcast long sword.
Does 22 hit him?
22 does hit, yes.
I cast Longsword.
Great. Ooh, 8 points of damage.
Okay. You come down upon him.
I do not. That's disgusting.
Oh, yeah. Well, we are going in search of anal, so which is more disgusting, I wonder. Personally, I'd rather go down on a
Bestiality.
dragon.
Bestiality is more disgusting.
So, boom, you come down on it, and the thing reels a little bit and starts trying to circle around you. Away from, starts to circle away from Paladin and around you. Let's see. Seacrow runs across the top deck and jumps down and attempts to make 2 stabs at the thing. Oh! Okay, well, the first one hits. What was his? Let me see here. That should have been 3, but he's only doing 2 this time. So 1d plus 4. So for 6 piercing damage. Okay, and then he stabs it in the back with one of its attacks. It dodges the other one. You guys have this thing surrounded now. Now it's the dragon's turn. The baby. Well, not quite a baby, but he's very young. Very young. Let's see here. What does he do? Are you serious? That's it? Eh. It's going to do a tidal breath. I need Nolan and Pallid to make a dexterity saving throw, please. As this thing rears up and blasts, like this watery substance jets out of its mouth and hits both of you in a large cone. Where are we at here? Okay. Nolan. Actually, let's roll. So 2d10. Okay. So, Nolan, you start managing to dodge out of the way of the spray. You still end up taking 8 points of damage. Would be 5 bludgeoning and 3 water. Or water? Is it water? Cold, maybe?
Yeah.
Shouldn't be water. There's no water damage. Cold damage. Yes, cold damage.
Bulbasaur.
Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. You cast Hellish Rebuke. And
Yes, I did.
doesn't that do damage to him or something? For attacking
It
you?
does.
Okay.
1 second. I need to roll damage.
Okay. While you're doing that, the blast gets you, but not a whole lot. You dodge most of it. Pallet, on the other hand, the blast hits you full frontal. You get the full frontal, and you take 16 damage, and you are pushed back 15 feet and knocked prone. So, over the boat you go. Whee!
And he needs to roll a reflex save.
Minus 16.
Reflex is Paizo, so I'm guessing a dexterity saving throw?
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Wow.
So,
You're right.
It's all good. It probably fails that.
Miserably.
Okay.
So he takes 19 points of damage.
Holy shit! Alright.
I actually rolled really horribly for that.
4d10. Wow. Alright. So what kind of damage does that do to him?
I believe it's just fire damage.
Just fire, okay.
Does it's hellish flames, so I'm assuming it's fire damage.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, it should say what type of damage.
Yeah, it says fire. Okay, looking further down on the thing.
Okay.
Fire damage.
Okay. Yeah. You. Oh man, he took a big hit on that one. Kind of his attack on you. Your flames sear through the water and leap at him, and burn like the whole quarter of his head off. I mean, it's still down. The skull is fine, but like the flesh and the eyeball pops on the left side of his head, and he just is infuriated. And he whips his head over towards you, and he is snarling something fierce. And Pallid, you take a dive over the side. You get pushed over the side and down into the water.
Okay.
Alan, your turn. You don't know what's going on. You saw a dragon fly over, and you saw it looks like it head down towards the boat. And then next thing you know, you see Pallid fly. Is jet of water comes shooting Pallid over the side of the boat, and he goes down into the water in front of you. What would you like to do? Alan, buddy, old pal, are you on mute? Is your mic muted?
Sorry. I moved to catch Pallid so he doesn't sink further.
Okay.
And
Go ahead, buddy.
because of my relationship with Merritt, I can see what's going on the deck.
Well, that you would have had to gone into a trance and lost all
right,
sight.
I can't,
hearing.
right. But I'm getting communication though. Right?
Yeah, if you're taking your time to do that,
Listen.
yes.
Okay, well, I catch Pallid, and then I proceed to move back so I can get on board
Okay.
and turn back into a person.
Okay. So you swim down a little bit because he started sinking. I mean, he was supposed to be knocked prone, but obviously not going to be prone in the water. But he starts sinking. You swim over. You scoop him up. You go over towards the ladder. And Pallid, you are luckily you don't even have to waste your movement on the prone part. He gets you over to the ladder, and he turns into a human and starts climbing up.
And I start climbing up behind him.
Okay. And
FYI, Kyle, it's 1:31.
yep, yeah, my alarm just went off. So guys, damn it, Pallid or Alan, go ahead and take your action. I'm not gonna say it took your action. Go ahead and take an action quick. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Dawn.
Yep. I want you to, you murdered by your wife.
Yes, I will get murdered. Alan, what would you like to do now that you're up here?
I see there's a full-blown dragon on the boat, and let me check, make sure I'm doing this right. Now, just to correct me, but bonus actions don't, how do they work?
They're just like another action, but you can only do bonus actions with certain things. I mean, would you like to use like an action to cast a spell to hurt him?
No, I'm gonna get closer to the. I'm gonna use Misty Step to get closer to the dragon.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. So you teleport. You're closer. What would you like to do?
I then grab it and do this.
Oh yeah. Easily. Mm-hmm. So you run up you teleport. You appear right next to it. You put your hands on it. Go ahead and roll for damage. Oh, shitballs. Very nice. Max damage. Okay. So, and you grab it, and this thing is still dripping wet from being, I mean, it goes down in the water, up in the sky, can fly and swim. So, you grab it, and it's still wet, and you just send this shocking grass through it, and it just starts to fry in your hands. And like a champ, you ride it out, and you just stay until you smell this thing like starting to cook from the inside. And as you pull your hands away, the dragon collapses on the ground.
Good show, man. Good show.
And as the dragon collapses on the ground, you guys hear from behind you, "Ha-ha!" And Scotterick runs up and shoots this thing point blank in the chest. "It's moving! Back! Step back! Step back! It's moving!" And guts fly everywhere. "Oh, I thought it was going to attack us for sure."
Does he also put a hole in the ship?
Very good work. Yeah. So, luckily it didn't. There was no exit wound. It stayed on the inside. The dragon was thick enough to not. There's no armor piercing here. So he.
Well, I'm just saying, you called it a Tarrasque hunting rifle, is what you called it. So I'm just imagining that
It should.
already
It
is
should.
a Tarrasque.
It should, but it miraculously didn't go through the boat.
Well, now, Mr. Dalorian, you truly are a legend. Perhaps we could turn this boat back around and get back to the harbor.
Well, I suppose for today, a dragon skull on my mantle will have to do. Plus, we need more booze. It's been a few days. So, yes, back to civilization. Very well done, men. Very well done.
Very well done indeed, as he stands there dripping wet.
And yeah, wow. So perfect time to say yeah, that's it. Though there was no ruins to be discovered, none of his envisioned travels. He is very happy that you guys helped kill a dragon, and he has a trophy to go home with, and to do some more drinking. But the ruins are out there. And the anal is out there. Panel for anybody. Solar panel is what I'm getting at for anybody who hasn't tuned in from the beginning. He thought the P was silent, so he thinks it's an anal. But yes, the solar panel idea of his may yet to be discovered in another one shot. But for today, we're gonna call it quits there. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you all next time. Gray Maze tonight, 10 o'clock. See you guys later. If I can find, there we go.